right. Welcome in, everybody. We are back with another day of Michigan State, the Dynasty. So I'm just going to pin the Dynasty history in the chat on all the streams here so people watching can get an update on how things are going. And then we'll hop into the games here. So we got UCLA first on the schedule today. Okay, so we've got the pin. Should be good. And then I think I've got to do one more thing on. Oh, that's that there. I think there's one on YouTube. I'm just trying to make it where I can update. Maybe I have to try another way here. So basically, there's like, you can list like the game that you're playing on YouTube. So I want to see if there's a way I can update that. Maybe in here. Oh, nice. Okay, I think I found it. So they don't have like categories. But as far as like streaming categories specifically, but there is a place where you can list the exact game. And that's what I wanted to do. So after I check this to make sure this went good, it's my first time doing this, so I just want to double, triple check. Oh, the other thing I need to do is the tags for it too. And we'll hop into the games. I got recruiting set up, so we'll be able to go right into the game today. Once I get this all situated. YouTube's kind of weird on the stream setup side because it's there's a few things like you can't do on it, and then you have to like go into like on the streaming software setup, and then you have to go in and do it a bit differently. But was it not actually saving it? Okay, so I saved, and then we're gonna check the details again. Maybe it's not even gonna work for what I'm trying to do. Okay, it did work. Never mind. We're good. Don't mind me, guys. I think we're ready to stream. So, here we are. Number 3 in the season. We'll do a quick look at the team schedule. Give you guys a look at what we've got. So, we beat BYU. As number 5 versus number 6 when we played. That was an overtime win. The Illinois game was actually pretty close. It looks like we blew them out, but this was actually a close game. Sadly, we did not want that to be a close game. And it was 28-24. They were driving there in the red zone. I get a turnover on, or no, I stopped them on third down. They miss a short field goal, and then we just rattle off 21 points. So we won that one. We had a bye week, and then now we got UCLA. You can see towards the end of the schedule gets really tough. So 3 of our last 4 games against top 11 teams. So those will be a pretty big battle. You see Nebraska getting pretty good in this dynasty. So we are going to play at UCLA. UCLA's had a good overall recently, so let's see if it's still 81. A bit better than some of the other Big Ten teams we've played, but we should win this on the road, but I have definitely lost to worse teams, so got ourselves a battle here. Got to try to get to 8-0, getting into that really tough stretch to end the season, so this will be one of the first parts of trying to get that done. So we're on the road at the Rose Bowl here. I like the UCLA colors. I'm a fan of the gold and blue. Hopefully they don't win today, but I'm just saying, I do like the colors. Little night game, crowds packed. Ready for a pretty big game in our season here. Like I said, we've got to make sure we get to do our best to get to 8-0 going into that stretch at the end. I had a similar stretch 2 seasons ago. We started 9-0, and then we lost 2 of our last 3 and did not make the playoff at 10-2. The good news is in this one, I'm ranked much higher early in the season, which seems to have a factor on like getting into the playoff later for sure in the rankings. So there's a chance if we went 10-2, we could still get in. Whereas that 2 years ago we didn't. So obviously I would just like to go undefeated in the regular season like we did last year. Make no worries at all, but that's going to be very difficult to do. So we do get the ball first to kick things off today. Got the all-white road unis going, and let's go for a fair catch here with Fine. So this is year 8 of the Dynasty. Last year was our first year into the playoff. Made it to the semifinal. I won a first-round game and a quarterfinal game, but then unfortunately fell to Virginia Tech in the semifinal. So hoping year 8 is the year. It's the highest overall team we've had. We're at 89 overall, so First down here, going out of shotgun, handoff to Gregory Johnson. Not too much on the gain, so we get 2. Got 2 drag routes. Get to Everett. Oh, lots of room in front. Go. Oh, not going to score, but huge gain there on 2nd and 8. Get all the way down to UCLA territory. 44-yard play. 44-yard play. Next, we'll go for the halfback dive. Pound the rock with Gregory Johnson. Maybe should have gone to the left there, but... So, only a 2-yard run. Go for another run, so we'll send the tight end in motion, and he'll be the lead blocker on the left side. Not too much of a gain. So we get 2. 3rd and 6. And then one huge change this year is we have this tight end, Brent. He's a true freshman. 81 overall, 91 speed. He's an absolute beast. And then this route, we're going to target him. I mean, this has been such a huge addition to the offense. I had a good receiving tight end the first 2 years of Jack Velling. He wasn't this good, though. And since then, we've had like one good overall rated tight end, but he was definitely more of a blocker. And this is just like opening the offense up way more than what I've had in the past. So pounding for a touchdown there with Gregory Johnson. Get on the board first this game. And we'll tack on the extra point. Kickoff to the left side. And into the end zone. I think that's supposed to be Coach Deshaun Foster. He got fired. What was that, 4 games into the season? 3, maybe even only 3. And UCLA actually looked pretty decent later. They killed Michigan State. I don't know what UCLA's record ended up being, but much more respectable than it looked like they were going to be at first. I watched, they played New Mexico early in their season, and they lost by like 4 touchdowns or something like that at home. And I was just like, wow, this is like the worst Power 4 team I've ever seen. And then they beat Penn State at home, which is a complete shocker. It was their first one of the year, and then they killed Michigan State. Michigan State's homecoming the next week. Never good to get blown out in homecoming, but I was going to feel significantly worse if they hadn't just looked good against Penn State first. Because their first 3 games, they looked horrendous. So we got 2nd and 1. Yeah, looks like a play action. Get there. Nice, good sack. So we get the sack. 3rd and 3. So it's still 3rd and manageable. We're going to go 5 wide here. Nice. Get there with the rush. We've had the pass rush has been very good, and they're going to go for this. The pass rush early in the season has been very, very good. And it's like only got 4 guys going for the quarterback, too. It's just the D line, and we're getting pressure, which is great. So when we're dropping 7 and getting pressure, that's huge. Oh, dang it. So they pick up the 4th and short. Pinch the D line down here. Man. It's not quite to my zone that I had responsibility on, but just outside as the pass rush is getting there, it doesn't on those couple plays. Bringing the blitz here. Using Udo. Oh, screen. We better get there. That's going to be a big run. Dang it. Yeah. When you're running a blitz and they set a screen, if you don't get one of your guys blitzing there, a lot of times it's just a huge gain. So we give the first drive touchdown, unfortunately. Not what we were hoping to do there. Joe Bruin celebrating. For those of you watching the playoff game, the Hokies, Virginia Tech, they got the ugliest mascot in this game. I don't know if that's how their actual mascot is, but dude, the guy just has like a massive beer belly in the game, and he's just like dancing around. Just, I don't know if that's just the look they go for, or the game just did Virginia Tech dirty. I don't know which one it is. Good run from Gregory Johnson, getting up towards the 40. Go for another handoff this time out of shotgun. Ooh, I got lucky to slip through there. Probably should have gone a little more right, but still a good gain. 6 carries, 40 yards. And then go for a run out to the left side. Not too much to gain there. X wide open. Hitting Thomas, Jeremy Thomas across the middle. 92 overall, I think, sophomore receiver. So a pretty good game there. And then here on 1st and 10, we're going to try our own screenplay. Up to Gregory Johnson on the left side. We get the block. We got a lot of room here. Gets the first, puts a spin move on and into the end zone. I think the 2nd receiving touchdown he's got this year on a screenplay already. So UCLA gets a touchdown on the screen. We get a touchdown on the screen. We're stealing our opponent's plays. If it works, might as well do the same. So we get in the end zone. Lots of points here early. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns to start. Kickoff deep in the end zone, and looks like we're going to get a touchback on this one. Nice big hit on the quarterback. Knock him down there. And all over that run, get the stop. Cleveland linebacker here. I thought that was a screen for a second. Oh, boy. Deep shot. Oh, don't pick it, but at least breaks it up there. I think that was off the receiver's hands. So we do break it up. We're going to force the 3 and out here. And UCLA punting to us. Brock should have some room to return. I'm going to try to get it out to the left here. We do set up the block nice. Little spin move. And to the 44, so we have pretty good field position. 1st and 10, running out to the right. Bounce outside. That was kind of a weird animation. He like shot forward. I see that every now and then on run plays, but goes in our favor there. Pretty good pickup, I'd say. 2nd and 2 next. And we're going to hit Brent's in the flat. It's not a huge gain, but we do pick up the 1st down. 1st and 10. Have one of our tight ends go in motion and then run to his side. Nice. Good room there. About a 9-yard gain. Left tackle does get hurt, though. I'm not a huge fan of these options. Of them, we're going to go with the receiver screen. Nice. That got plenty of blocking. The screenplay is pretty good in general. Oh my gosh, Gregory Johnson, 2 touchdown the screenplays. I don't usually like going across the body too often, but that time worked out super well. And we go up 21-7 here. Attack on the extra point as well. That was sick. That was very nice. So on the board yet again, kickoff to the left side. Oh, crap. All right, we don't get punished. Sometimes when it gets to the red, sometimes it goes on to being really inaccurate. Other times you're okay, and that's how we're fortunate to be all right. So 21-7 lead. Offense is firing on all cylinders early. Oh, end around. Oh, jeez, that entire play was super good. I was running all over the place and had nothing covered. The end around would have been wide open. And then the deep shot across the middle obviously was wide. So they get into territory after 1 play here, and then they go 5 wide right after. All over this short route here. Oh, throws it anyways. Oh, my gosh. Man. I was in the right position. I was on the right route. I just didn't stick with it. The guy, like, curled back instead of continuing to go outside, so. Do you go with the completion? 3rd and 8 after a good 2nd down stop. it to Khan here, the safety. Oh, deep middle. Just get up there and tackle. Steps out. I think it's short. See if they go for this 4th and inches. They are going to go. Bringing a blitz. Stop him. Oh, no. Yes. All right, so he breaks that tackle, but he still doesn't get the first. And you get a nice stop there going to the second quarter. Do get the nice stoppage. Okay, so let's kick off the second here. Nice catches. I know, for whatever reason, yeah, we haven't seen the guy that's covering the running back doesn't drop off to the other receiver. So even though it looks like there's a guy in the way, hasn't been a problem yet. But one of these days, it's probably going to cost me. It's probably going to be like a big moment. They're like finally doing it. Quick one to Everett. Only short of the first here. So we'll pick up 5. 3rd and 1. And then running to the left side. So we'll have the tight end go in motion. He'll be our lead blocker. Oh, boy. Wow. They're all over it. So forced to a punt here. And kick it deep. Oh, boy. Lost contain. Stop them. So they'll have pretty good field position. They'll get the 38 start. So you can see you got Witten on that left side there. Get there. Nice. All over it. Good stop. Ooh, short pass, and it's going to be enough for the first. It got me good with the quick pass. Oh, short across the middle. Wrap up. I do tackle him short there. So we have 2nd and inches. Get there. Run, 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 run. Gets the tackle. Big loss there. So we're going to have 3rd and 4 now. Hopefully get a 3rd down stop and then force them to punt. Khan coming down into the box here. Oh, no, that guy got beat deep. Nobody's in my zone, so I tried going deep, but unfortunately wasn't quick enough there to catch up. Oh, boy. That's a lot of room because I took the wrong hole. And I'm down at the 1 foot line probably there. Bringing a blitz. Hopefully we can tackle him for a loss. They're running. Hopefully if they go for a handoff out of shotgun. Oh, they're getting the end zone. So 21-14. Quite a bit of touchdowns here in the first half. Quite a bit of scoring. And then they will tack on the extra point as well. And just go for a fair catch in the end zone. Bring this thing out to the 25. We'll start with a handoff to the left side with Gregory Johnson. Not too much there. Pick up 2. Next, we'll go for halfback toss. This can be kind of a boomer bust play. I'm not feeling great versus the alignment, but yeah, we'll cut this back up. Let's try to get to line of scrimmage. So we end up losing 2, so 3rd and 10. So they're pressing on the outside on Casper. If that safety is not well over the top, we'll look his way. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a deep ball. And he's got a step for sure. George Casper. DeMar Johnson throws a deep, accurate ball. Unfortunately, George not fast enough to outrun the corner completely, but a very big game there on 3rd and 10. Down into the red zone. Throw the running back in the flats. And pretty good gain. We're going to get about 9 there, so we'll have 2nd inches. And then go for a run here out to the left side. Get me in zone. Nice. Hurdles over that guy coming in, so do get the touchdown. And tack on the extra point here. So we got 28-14. Kick to the left. Good stop. Good stop. Get there. First down. Give up the first. First and 10. Oh my gosh, getting beat deep again. Oh my gosh, I overran. Oh, just tackle him. I'm like not making contact with him. 250 through the air for the quarterback already. We got 230 left in the first half. Pass defenses left a lot of room to be desired here. Quarterback keeps D-line all over it, though. That's good. So we see a 3-yard loss there on the quarterback keep on the option. And then now they're going 5 wide here. Short. Nice, good tackle. Hey, Boats. How we doing? How you feeling today after yesterday? How's, how you doing? Hopefully well. As always, really appreciate being here supporting. I'm glad to have you here. Dang, I didn't see that crosser very well. Oh, no. Fortunately, the quarterback didn't take a great running angle. Doing well. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. 4th and 3, they are going for this here. So this is the second time in the red zone they've gone for it. Oh, they get the touchdown that time, though. Man, what a high-scoring game here to start. Very high-scoring game. And then tack on the extra point. 28-21 Michigan State. They will get the ball to start the second half. I'm pretty confident. So we have 2 minutes. Plenty of time to work with. 7 touchdowns in the first half already between the two teams. I like the way the offense is looking, but I'm definitely very concerned with how our pass defense is right now. Keep it the quarterback here. Not a huge game. End up picking up 3. 2nd and 7. Minute 45 left in the half. Crap, that one. Oh, jeez, I got hit right as I threw it. Throwing it away. And the route I was wanting to throw, the shake route across the middle, was covered very well, unfortunately for me. So here, this is how we beat them last time, that deep ball, if the safety comes up. But we threw the Casper last time. This time we're looking Thomas. If he's kind of over the top. Oh, boy, that's a pick, I think. Ooh, I'm lucky that wasn't a pick. That's the problem with that route right there, is that, like, I like the deep shot if it ends up being there for the step, but that crossing route's pretty risky when you throw it like that. But saying don't lose to UCLA, I'm hoping not, man. We're keeping, it's a pretty good game so far. I think they're an 81 is what it was. They're an 81 overall. So they're not terrible, but when we're an 89, we definitely want to be winning these types of games. But as you can see, their passing attack is pretty good at the moment. And, oh my gosh, that guy's breaking open there potentially if he was able to get the blocking at the end. To be fair, their defense line had to hold up. Their offense line had to hold up quite a bit there, but... And throws to the flat there. Just wrap up, guys. Okay, UCLA takes a timeout. We're going to bring a blitz here on 3rd and short. Bringing the linebackers here. Get there. Crap, the blitz doesn't get there. Do make a tackle after a short game, but we give it the first down. Bring the blitz again. Get there. Gets out of bounds. Injury timeout there. So 4-yard game of 2nd and 6. Nice. Good sack. UCLA used their second timeout. So it'll be 3rd and 12. Spread the D-line out here on 3rd and long. So I usually like to pinch the D-line when I think there could be potential runs, like based on the time yardage, whereas if it's like a clear passing down, I tend to go a little bit more towards the wide defensive alignment. So quarterback scrambles a little bit. We call a timeout, forcing the punt. We won't have a lot of time here. Probably have about 40 seconds to work with. Hopefully this doesn't pin us deep. I don't think it'd be that great of a punt. No, it's at 22. See what the safety does. Brent's, the nice thing with him at tight end too, he's actually one we can potentially take deep shots with if the alignment's good. Had to back up there. Use our second timeout. Not a massive fan here. We'll see. This is a route again I haven't normally ran much, but with Brent's and like the time and oh jeez, we get sacked. 3rd and 10. Let's see. I think how quickly I snap this depends on their alignment. So here you can see. I mean, honestly, maybe just snap this with like a little bit. Whereas if I like, I'll have time if we catch the deep ball, but I don't give them a lot of time. Oh my gosh. Oh no, he didn't get a step. Okay. So definitely a chance we could throw a pick there, but you can see it's like effectively like a punt. There's not much time left. So I think we're taking the deep shot. It's more likely we get a touchdown out of it than they do. So one of those interceptions that looks bad on the stat sheet, but not a ball I would have thrown in most other scenarios. Oh boy. All right, so we do stop them. Call this timeout, 5 seconds left. And then they're in the Hail Mary formation. So we'll back off coverage. And then I'm going to take the guy that's supposed to use the running back and just kind of hover over the top behind the deep pass. And incomplete. It's going to be the half. Pretty action-packed first half. 28-21. Lots of action there to be had. So we threw for 238. They threw for 276. I mean, it's... These quarterbacks both have 2 passing touchdowns. Our quarterback had the interception, but again, obviously it's, you know, looks bad on the stat sheet, but not actually bad in practice. And we definitely got ourselves a fight here with the unranked Bruins. That deep ball to George Casper was nice. That was a 3rd and 10 play too. And start with a kickoff to the left side. So kick deep to the left. Nice, all over it. So we'll have 1st and 10. How's UCLA looking? Their offense is playing good, man. They've thrown for, I think it was 276 in the first half. So they're an 81 overall, and we're an 89. So like we should be able to contend with these guys, but... Or we should be able to beat them. But we are on the road, too. And I like the way our offenses looked. Looked really good, but the secondaries left a lot of room to be desired, that's for sure. Run defense has been okay. They've just been killing us through the air. So 3rd and 5. If we could get a 3 and out here, this would be an incredible start to the half. Safety con here goes down into the box a bit. Oh, get there. Shoot, it's going to get the first down. Man, offense continues to cook against us here. Better offense than I would like to see. Let's play action. We're going to try to get through the blitz. And to be fair, I left my zone there, so that one's probably on me. It's part of the risk that I just like knowingly take on play actions. I usually take whatever linebacker I'm covering and take him out of his zone. I think more often than not, it helps us make a big play, whether it's stopping the run or getting a sack. That time either, but I think in general I still like committing with that, because if we don't commit, then they can just like kind of run all over us. So I think best to take that, and then the CPU doesn't always punish you for going in. Oh, like there, see, we got a sack. Let's go. Left third zone got the sack. So 6-yard loss. Sometimes, like on say 2nd and 16, I might not go for the play action and just contain on the drop, but just depends on the situation. And also, if they're under center, maybe a little bit more likely, so that time they do a play action against me, but so it just depends. I kind of try to feel it out a bit. Just try to feel it out. 3rd and 11. Nice. All right, let's see. I think this is going to be a field goal attempt. So 28-21, they're going to attempt a 51-yarder here. Based on what I usually see outside of those short, angled kicks, the CPU makes most of them. So, yeah, right down the middle. So 28-24, UCLA does get some points, but we keep the lead at least. And do kick off here, go for the fair catch. Run out to the left side with Gregory Johnson. And not too much. Fall forward for a yard. I forgot I switched the running backs at halftime. Second and 9, go to the air. Nice. Hit Everett. A little juke. Takes the contact, falls forward for a first down. Good to see that. Oh boy, that's a bit of a risky one. Brent's catches across the middle. Haven't used him that much this game. Just haven't had like the play calls really to target him much, but he does make a pretty nice catch there. 1st and 10. 2nd and 1, handed off to the freshman running back Henderson. And don't hit the hole super efficiently, but we do follow forward for the first. Go back to the air here on 1st and 10. Nice. Their guys ran to each other. Everett, go. Got outrun the... Oh, man, you got to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's disappointing. There was a lot of room in front of him. Maybe could have even scored. I don't know how close the safety help was there, but unfortunately he gets caught. And we'll go back to Larry Henderson on the ground on 1st and 10 from the 28. Ooh, falls forward, maybe 2 or 3 there, so 3-yard gain. Hit Brent's there. Falls forward for the first down. Get him a little more active. Right onto the left side here with Henderson. Nice. Good run. Get down to about the 3-yard line there. And another run to the left. Try and pound this in and take a 2-score lead for the first time. Or no, we had a 21-7. So it wouldn't be for the first time. But to get a 2-score lead again. Short gain there. And 2nd and goal from the 2. Run to the left again. Nice, good pancake there from the lineman. Get in the end zone. And as long as we tack on the extra point, would give us an 11-point lead here. So there we go, tack it on. Nice to see that. Then going for a kickoff out to the left side. Big hit. Big hit. Get there. Nice. Good defensive line work. 2nd and 12. Dropping Khan down here into the box. 2nd and 12. Oh, the other guy over. He must have been looking at the other one because he was right there, but just wasn't looking at the receiver that got thrown to. Must have been focused on the other guy. And a little option out to the side. Make a big hit on the quarterback. Gain of 4, so we'll have 2nd and 6. Keep. Nice. Get the stop there. Force the 3rd down, so actually ends up being a 1-yard loss. Looks like their quarterback might be hurt. He's slow getting up. Nope, he's back in there. I think that's the same guy. 3rd and 7. Nice. And the defensive line gets there for a sack. 4th sack of the game. Sam Anger. Dude, he's got to have a lot of sacks this year. He's been balling out. He's playing very, very well. And then punt deep to Brock. Not too much on the return, but we do get a little bit here. So, minute 31 left in the 3rd quarter. Handoff running to the right side. Fall forward. Pick up a 7. Power O out to the left now. And Henderson falling forward for the 1st down. 1st and 10. Run to the left with Henderson. Hold the edge. Not going to quite hold the edge. And then try to juke forward and maybe pick up a yard. 2nd and 9. It's going to be a bit of a risky throw. 3rd and 9. Really would like to be able to drive down the field, make this a 3-score game, separate ourselves. If they get a stop here, they're definitely still in this game. Nice little shake route from Everett. He's had a couple nice catches today. I thought his speed rating is a little better, but he's been getting caught. Not on that play necessarily, but some of the other plays. So maybe he's more like an 88 speed or something. That one drag route he had to step on the linebacker, and the linebacker caught him. Just really unideal. Oh, I should have stayed out to the left side there with Henderson. Pick up 6, 2nd and 4. Post routes. Nice catch from Jeremy Thomas. Haven't used him nearly as much this year, I don't feel like. To be fair, Brents has taken away some of the targets for receivers, but there, Henderson to the left. A lot of good blocking. We'll cut this back. Oh, not going to quite get there in the end zone, but George Casper gets hurt on the play, but we're going in the 4th quarter here. Set the shoe clock on. And you can see the top rankings there. We're year 8, so things kind of changed. Some unexpected schools. Nebraska at 2, Syracuse at 4. It's kind of one of the fun things you get later into. You see some schools, you're like, that would never happen. But then you got to think back in real life, Indiana's #1 right now. And if you would have said that 3 years ago, nobody would believe you. So, excuse me. So yeah, pretty much anything can happen these days. Run to the right with Larry Henderson. Nice, good hole there. Into the end zone. That's just exactly what we want to do to start the 4th quarter. 10 carries, 64 yards. Tackle the extra point. And then kicking off to the left. Into the end zone for a touchback. Another sack, the D-line. Let's go. That's definitely helped with the pass defense the 2nd half. I think they're getting to the quarterback a lot better this half. Giving them less time. Oh, boy. Deep shot. Oh, do break it up there. 3rd and 15. I'm going to back off coverage here. Spread the line out. Another sack, jeez. Let's go, 6th sack. And deep punt here. Try to return this thing with Brock. get to the edge. Not quite. So we got 42-24. Chew clock's already on. We're good there. Starting to pull away from UCLA. So we got tight ends going in motion, and we're going to run up the middle. Oh, nice. Pushes forward a little bit. 4-yard gain. Let the clock move a bit. Everett on the drag routes. Not a huge gain, but do pick up 4. And we keep the clock moving. So it'll be about 4 minutes left in the game by the time we snap this. And hit Casper across the middle, get the first down. No injury timeout either. Run to the left with Gregory Johnson. Let that clock keep on moving. And not too much room to run, unfortunately. 2nd and 11. Didn't have much room to run. And get absolutely stuffed there in the run. 3rd and 13. How do I want to play this? So I'll probably snap this 1 second left. I think this plays... actually, no. I think we're going to let the clock run down. This is one where I kind of give myself the option of, do I want to run this play or hope I get a better one? When we have shoe clock on like that. So, to the 2-minute warning. And unfortunately, I actually would have taken it because these options are worse. But they just want me to run the ball, keep the clock moving. We'll try to center this for a field goal attempt here if we can just pick up a few yards. That'd be nice. Ooh, or could just maybe get the first. Nope, maybe short, but much more manageable field goal attempt here. And I probably don't need to run down the clock. We're looking pretty decent, but I'm going to play it conservative. And just try and tack it on. So looking like we're going to get the win against UCLA, so push us to 6-0 on the season. So there it is. Little on the right side, but it is going to be good. 45-24. Next we'll go for a kick to the left. C-Pits, I actually don't do manual progression at all, so I unfortunately cannot answer you. Maybe if somebody else in chat knows, they can answer. But as far as the manual progression, I'm not sure. I just have it on auto for the players. I do some of the coach stuff, but I think you're talking about players, right? Right open across the middle. Big hit. And that'll be a timeout. Get there. Oh, doesn't quite get the sack. Make the contact, though, on the catch attempt and do break it up. Go for the out route. Keep him in front there. Run him out of bounds. 3rd and 3. Pinch the D-line down. Let's see. They go 5 wide. Oh, dang. I just didn't run deep enough with the tight end. I was covering him, but not very well. We got Udo here. Oh, it wasn't deep enough with that guy either. Another first down pickup for UCLA. They're moving the ball. Good thing is they're down 3 scores with about 38 seconds left, so not worried about losing it just for the score purposes. I would like to keep them out of the end zone. And I think going to be just short, so yeah, I'm a 1. And then I think I'm going to take the linebacker and just commit to the run. Or a blitz then. Leaves my spot wide open, but I think on the 1-yard line worth the risk. So they do tack on the touchdown. A little garbage time TD. And then as long as we recover an onside kick, they have no timeout, so we just kneel this thing down. So I'll try to go for the onside kick here. No surprise. Oh boy. Nice. Actually hit it. A little scare for a second, but we do recover it. And then we'll just go for a QB kneel. Getting through the first half of our regular season undefeated. 6-0. 45-31 win over UCLA. Nice win. Let me update the stream title. A little celebratory update. I always love doing the updates after the win, not as much after a loss. So that gets us to 6-0 on the season. Look at the end game stats here. And UCLA's quarterback threw for 342. Their backup threw for 75. I didn't notice that their backup had to get put in. 1923, 324, 2 touchdowns for DeMar Johnson. I had the pick, but again, that was a deep ball in the second half, at the end of the first half, so completely fine. Great game from him. Not a crazy amount on the ground. We did get a decent amount of touchdowns, though. Yards-wise, nothing wild compared to what we had at times. Walt Everett, big receiver today. So, good game all the way around. We get a win. Not the best pass defense. Gave about 400 yards to the air up, so I guess that could have been better, but other than the secondary with the pass defense, I think played pretty good. So that's going to get us to 6-0. And then we are going to move on to the next week. Looks like we got at least one commit here. 5-star running back. Oh my gosh. I was worried about Oregon getting this guy. This guy, I think he's a 90 speed. And you guys see the way I run the ball. Nasir Philbin. That's a name to remember for this dynasty. We'll probably be able to redshirt him too, as long as his deal breaker is not playing time. I have a lot of really good running backs right now, so I would definitely like to redshirt him. Unfortunately, we fell back in the ranking. At one point, I was 2, then I was 3, now I'm 4. Gregory Johnson, Big Ten Player of the Week. Kind of surprised by that. 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's good, but for Player of the Week level, I'm not sure it's quite that high. First 5-star of this season. Let's see. His is Coach Prestige, so yeah, I just got to make sure I'm winning then. So that's nice. So we won't be using him next year, probably. And maybe not even the year after, because I have a lot of really good backs. But this is a guy, as long as he doesn't transfer down the road, Nasir Philbin, going to be a big part of the program. So let's take a look at the recruits here. Just make sure I'm doing everything optimally. So we'll open up a few. Oh, the strong safety. I forgot. I was so pumped about that running back. I forgot about the strong safety. That's a good pickup, too. You guys know we struggled in the secondary a bit. So getting him is good. And this one is one that we can try hard selling. Could be brand exposure. And it looked like brand exposure will be the third one then. And let's make sure we add on the extra 10, do our full 50 on him. This guy we can now also hard sell. Oh, no, we can't. Sorry, I was thinking he was top 5, but he's not. This guy we can, and we already are. And then now we have the points. I can do the full 50 on this receiver. So that still gives me 200 points to work with. Let's see if I need to do any visits scheduled. Okay, we do have one here. Fortunately, pretty cheap on his, too. So we got him. I think we're good on visits. Hey, Allie, how we doing? Thanks for tuning in today. How's your day? Looking pretty good on this edge. We'll go the full 50. And I think the rest of the guys was like everyone that we'd be interested in potentially. So now I've just got to decide where I want to throw So we'll probably pick... These are guys that like our 4 stars that don't have offers. So we could try to keep going after this right guard that we've already got an offer out to. There's not much movement from BYU or Oregon, so it doesn't look like they're maybe recruiting him that hard. But I think I still like the idea of going after one of these other guys that have no offers at all instead first. So we're going to offer this guy a 50. And let's see. I'm trying to decide. So I can probably do one more and then a second one like halfway. So I'm just looking for different positions here. So maybe let's go after the D tackle. Jordan said, I've only seen part of the last game for this season, but you're likely need a better secondary. Yeah, we do need a better secondary. It's the one thing that's struggling. I think our best corner is like a 77. We have like a 77. He's a freshman starting at safety, though, on one side and 85 on the other. So the safeties are okay. I mean, the 77 is not, again, 77 is not very good for your best corner in one of your starting safeties, but at least the one safety is a freshman. So hopefully we'll continue to get better over time, but it's definitely been like a pain point in the Dynasty as far as not having like super great depth with it. So I think we'll go offering this guy as well. So we do have like a hand... In the past, we've kind of filled out our roster a little bit with some 3 stars, so I don't mind over-recruiting a little bit if it's for 4 stars. Because we can cut some of those like 3 stars and then like develop with the 4-star guys. So quite a bit of, because we're doing so well in recruiting early, which is nice. We've landed a lot of recruits kind of early in the season, which allows me to use points elsewhere. I'm so excited about Nasir Philbin. That's a good pickup. So let's see. Team schedule. 6-0. We'll play the Washington game. 86 overall. So this is actually a pretty tough matchup. We're at home at least, but for being an unranked team, this will be a decent challenge. UCLA was an 81 by comparison, so Washington definitely a team that could be a threat here. And then we've got 2 more games before we have that crazy stretch against 3 top 11 teams in the last 4. But can't be overlooking Washington. For context, I lost to Virginia Tech in the semi last year, and they were only a 79 overall. So they were the number 2 seed, but again, when you're playing in the Dynasty, I'd have to imagine the overall rating's a bigger thing. So I've lost to Big Ten teams that were around like 70 ratings. I think I lost to a MAC school once that was like a 67, but that was earlier in the Dynasty, to be fair, and our team overall wasn't nearly as high. We fell as low as 76 for a team overall. So state starts at 84. Our year 2, I think we were 80. And then it fell to 76 for a few years, but now we're up to 89 again. So... And then last year we were at 80 to start the year, but then throughout the season our guys were developing, and the team rating I think got up as high as an 84. So, but bring on the Huskies. Bring on the Huskies. Kick off to the left. And into the end zone for a touchback. 6-0, number 4 versus a 5-2 Washington. And Tony Rossi is their quarterback last week for 315 and 4 touchdowns. A lot of times when they show the guy like that, it can be a impact quarterback too, so we'll see if he is. Obviously, more difficult play against impact than non-impact. He is an impact. He's got impact receiver, but those are the only guys in the starting offense. They're 5 wide here, so maybe their running back could be a 2. We can't see him. Defensive line gets the pressure, gets some hit, some contact on him. And the running back is not an impact, so not too many crazy impact players for a team with a decent rating. Not to expect to have, like, there was, like, was it Oregon last year? 10 of their 11 starters on defense. It was either 9 or 10 of their starters were impact. But they were, like, an all-99 team, so. Bring the blitz here with Khan. So they'll cover 1 man for 3rd and 10. Play action, and we're all over it. The rush gets there. And we're going to force a 3 and out to kick this game off. Love to see that start. Love to see that start. Deep kick to Brock here. Oh boy. Need some blocking. I get a little... I haven't been punished yet for it. with catching that without fair catching, but maybe we got to be a little more cautious with that. Johnson in the backfield here. Take the handoff. And they're going to get stopped. 1 yard loss. Go to the air in 2nd and long. So we'll have George Casper going in motion. And, ooh, a little bit risky. No catch. 3rd and long. Unfortunately, not doing a great job moving the ball yet. Another one of those spots where I might just chuck a deep ball to Thomas and nothing's open. Well, we got Casper on the post route, and he makes a diving catch. Not the most accurate ball, but works out just good enough. Nice. We got Jeremy Thomas across the middle. Hasn't been a huge impact this season. I think probably down from his numbers his freshman year, but still making some nice plays there, including that one. So we get 1st and 10 here. Read option, and then we'll be reading that guy on the right side. Nice. Good read. Unfortunately, don't get quite the blocking we need. DeMar Thomas not the fastest quarterback either, so. But do pick up 4 still. And then when they've got lots of guys on the edge here, we'll most likely hand this off. We'll go for the handoff. Gregory Johnson runs up the middle. 4-yard gain. We'll have 3rd and short. So we're going to send one of the tight ends in motion and then run to that left side on 3rd and 2 here. And safety coming down in the box. Not good to see that. And shoots forward. Nice. The cut to the right there. Not a big gain, but is going to be enough to get the 1st down. Go for a handoff here out of shotgun. Nice. Good blocking. Fall forward for about 4. Not a huge fan of the receiver screen, so we're going to go for a quarterback zone to the right side. And based on the alignment, could be pretty good if we get the good blocking. Nice. Pick him up, and DeMar Johnson easily into the end zone for a touchdown. Love to see it. And we'll tack on an extra point here. Gives us a 7-0 lead. Kick over to the left side. And bounce right onto the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 25 for Washington, so we made them go 3 and out last time. Hopefully we can do the exact same thing here. Pass play, and we bite a little bit. He's going to find the receiver up the seam for a 1st. So no 3 and out this time. Run to the right, all over it. Nice, good stop. 2-yard gain. Oh, dude, are you talking about the Damon Williams story? How he, like, signed a contract, and then now he's trying to back out of it, go to the portal, go to LSU, apparently. So, like, Washington, correct me if I say anything that's wrong. I think Washington signed him to, like, a contract for either $4 or $5 million. He agreed to it. He signed it. And then it's rumored that LSU, and then he decided to go to the portal after already signing his contract. And then it's rumored that LSU is going to pay him more. And they were, like, tampering with him. He's going to get into the portal. So, yeah, that's going to be crazy to see how it plays out. I mean, if he signed a contract, I mean, all this stuff's like the wild, wild west right now. Because, like, normally, like, contracts, you'd have to fulfill them. But there hasn't been a case yet where it's like these players get held to them. So it's just like, we'll see what happens. But the problem for Washington, too, is, like, you know, is the team going to want him there if he tried to leave like that? I don't know. Like, even if you make it where he has to stay, is that, though he's obviously super good. But it really screws Washington because they're kind of behind the 8 ball in the quarterback's portal stuff, you know? If they lose him. Wild situation. So that might cause a change to the portal stuff. I mean, hopefully. I don't know what the answer is. Touchdown for Washington there. Like, maybe you need to make it like the NFL to a degree where it's like all the contracts are public. And like, if you sign a contract, you have to stay with it. You can't go somewhere else unless the school lets you out of it. So, like, say you sign, like, some of these guys are rumored to sign 2-year deals. Like, I think the guy that went to Oklahoma State was rumored to sign a 2-year deal. Like, you have to stay at Oklahoma State for those 2 years, right? Or if you sign a 1-year deal, you can't leave because you like something better. And then, like, make the contracts public. Like, I think that could work. And then some schools, too, like, they then might do more of, like, what Michigan did, where they gave Bryce Underwood, like, a 4-year deal. But then if they make it where he can't leave, it's better for the school, you know, like, it's hard though because like coaches will sign 7-year deals. Maybe it has to be like coaching contracts where there's like buyout clauses where like if a school wants to take them, then they have to pay the buyout. But I don't know the answer. I will say for college football, it really sucks for the small schools because it's like there's no way they can ever really develop because anyone that's really good as an underclassman for them is just going to transfer to a higher school. So it's like that's been the one way some of the small schools sometimes get to compete is they get a lot of guys that are older and they've played together for a while, especially like when I think of basketball, like in March Madness, you'll get some of those older teams that have like 3-4 year starters, but that's not going to be a thing anymore with teams at a high level. Everett across the middle, picking up the first down. Picking up the first. Go with a run out to the left side here, Stump. Up the middle. Ooh, run. Falls forward. 9-yard gain. I will say, like, it's sad to see what's going on. Is like, I'm definitely becoming less interested in college football. I shouldn't say never. I liked college basketball when I was a kid. I haven't cared about college basketball in a really long time. Outside of, I love the tournament. Just because I think, like, I don't know enough about football, I don't think, to, like, notice, like, the huge difference in ability of football players. But basketball, it's, like, such a glaring difference to me in the level of skill from college to pro, which makes me just, like, not care about watching college games a lot. I'll watch some Michigan State games during the regular season just because they're my favorite team. And as far as sports, like, I like a handful of sports, and my favorite thing is just watching my favorite teams. But I'll watch, like, a few Michigan State regular season games, and then I love March Madness because of the excitement. Not necessarily because of, you know, the quality of play, but just, like, the nature of the tournament is just, like, the coolest sporting event in the world to me. But it's definitely made me lose, like, a lot of interest in, like while I'm playing college football, but, like, it's made me lose. I still like watching college football, but a huge thing to me that I always loved is, like, what separated it from the pros is that, like, you see the guys develop over 4 years. The pros, you have guys for years on your team, but it's like a guy goes to your school, they're your school, right? It's not like some guys played on 3 or 4 teams, but now that part of college sports is gone. So to me, it's just like what separates college from the pros now, right? Nice Glenn Stump straight up the middle, wide open into the end zone. Jordan saying the real problem is many of the big pundits and big talkers for college sports want change, but the viewership's only going up. Yeah, and I mean, it's still popping, and to be fair, like, I'm still watching college football. You know, I just think this is one of the things where I feel like the old guy yelling at the clouds, right, of, like, back in my day, but it's tough because I do think players should be able to make money. Like, I do think NIL should be a thing. The transfer portal is hard for me because as a fan, I hate it, where they don't have to sit out, but again, for the best interest of the student athletes, I do think it's better for them. But maybe we need to make a rule where it's like you only get one free transfer. So, like, you can go without sitting out only once. But some of these guys are playing for 4 different schools in 4 years, or even 5. They redshirt their freshman year. And, like, to me, that's, like, it takes away a lot of the excitement of college. And, like, these guys aren't going to have ties to their universities nearly as much. And I wonder, too, if eventually this is going to hurt the... Like, right now, the ratings and stuff are still really high for college football, but I wonder if it's going to hurt longevity because, again, that's the whole thing. A lot of people... I didn't attend a big school. I went to a D3 school, but for a lot of people, maybe they won't care because they'll always root for their favorite school because that's where they went to college. And they feel that tie to it. But, I mean, these players, when they're there for 1 year, do they really feel that same way? It seems more like the pro model where it's like you're just on, like, a contract, right? And with the pros, at least, it's like you'll have some guys that are there 8, 9, 10+ years. You know, your star players, not a ton of guys, but a few. So, I don't know the perfect answer. I do... Maybe it's like one free transfer, but then you get like an extra one if your head coach leaves. Like, to be fair, like, I don't think a kid should be forced to stay if their head coach leaves, because a lot of these guys go to the school because of the coach. So maybe you could do no transfers unless, like, no free transfers unless the coach leaves. So maybe you do get to go to 3 or 4 schools if the coach just keeps leaving. Like, I don't blame that. Like, I don't think the kid should be punished because the coach leaves. But, oh, nice pick. I think we probably just want to get tapped in the end zone. That's huge. That's fair, Jordan. Change only happens if it impacts the bottom line right now. And that's the thing, too. It's like, I think a lot of times people aren't proactive with this, right? So I'm talking about issues that could come down the road. Like, I think this stuff's still new enough. It's not going to hurt college sports. And if anything, gets, like, the news cycle buzzing a little bit more. So maybe the drama of it all actually helps. I don't know. And maybe I'm just too much of a purist of wanting, like, college sports with the kids staying. But, again, I definitely think they should be able to make money off their name. Like, I'm 100% for NIL. The portal, the transfer thing's tough for me. Just because it's like, we want the best interest of the kids, but as a fan, it's just like, it is taking away a lot of the college excitement to me, to be honest. But we'll see. So the only logical picks I can think of is everyone gets 50K or 100K, no one gets more. See, I don't quite agree with that because I think that clearly like a top quarterback's way more valuable than like a backup lineman, and they should be paid accordingly. I get it from a like purity standpoint, what you're saying, and like making it balanced, right? Because then you don't have people leaving because of money. It's tough because like my view on like society in general is like I'm very much like capitalist in the sense of like people, if somebody's willing to pay you to do something and it's not what you're doing is not illegal or anything, like you should be able to make the money. Some of these kids like this, they're not going to go to the pros. They could get hurt or they're not good enough, but they can make a ton of money in college. It changes their lives, and I don't think we should take that away from them, especially if they come from families, you know, that maybe don't have a lot of money. And it's like not only are they helping themselves, they're helping their families. So like when Bryce Underwood went to Michigan, dude could tear his ACL, but he's going to make 10 to 12 million and sets himself up for life as long as he's smart. And like I don't think we should take that away from the kid if someone's willing to pay him for it. Now, like you can argue it's insane that somebody would pay them that much, but at the end of the day, like if someone wants to pay you, you know, to play football, I don't blame the one kid one bit for going to Michigan to take that. And that's coming from a Michigan State fan. It's a tight ball I'm trying to fit in. Oh, all right, we're going to have to punt there. That was a bit of a risky throw, but 3rd and 9, I decided to take a chance. But then, like I said, from a fan perspective, I really hate how the transfer stuff works. Oh, just barely too deep there. Oh, no, it's not. Ow, okay, so we do get the ball down at 12. Or makes cap salaries. I mean, you could try to go towards like a salary cap, right, like the NFL has. The one thing that's broken with the transfer model right now, I think the biggest thing is like there's like if I was a coach of a group of 5 school, like I would never take a coaching job outside of the Power 4, a head coaching job, I should say. Like I would stay as a coordinator at a Power 4 school until I got a head coaching job at a Power 4, where it's like obviously that's very tough to do. Not many guys can do that. A lot of times you need to go head coach at a smaller school first. But like my thing is you're never going to develop like. You just have to hope to hit on 1 year, right? Where it's like, you know, Boise had Ashton Genty, and he was one of the guys that just like, you have to hope for you get a superstar, just doesn't want to leave because he's just crazy loyal to you. And they had good players around him, but you're not going to have the old runs of Boise anymore where it's like Boise was good for a decade and competing and going undefeated regular seasons because they have to rebuild the roster every year. You know? So it's, ooh, nice, barely get the stop. It's definitely a bit of a challenge, all that stuff's presenting. But I do think to a degree, now I guess like maybe I probably still watch the same amount of college football the last year or two as I had before, so I guess I'm not really, you know, changing my viewership, which maybe at the end of the day is what matters, right? But I definitely feel less invested. But I still find some stories that I love, right? Like with Trinidad Chambliss going from D2 to Mississippi State, or Mississippi, sorry, Ole Miss. Like I'm rooting for them, and I've only seen him play for, you know, probably he's only started 10 or 12 games at D1. So, you know, like I'm still finding rooting interest for sure. But, you know, I do feel like I know less about these guys now compared to the past. And like I said, it only applies for football for me because I can't remember the last time I watched a regular season college basketball game that wasn't Michigan State. I mean, it's been years at this point. Maybe I throw it on for like a minute or something, but I'll always watch like a regular NBA game over anything that's not Michigan State. It could be like 2 of the worst NBA teams, and I'd watch it over like a top 10 college basketball matchup in the regular season. Glenn Stumpf in the backfield here, getting the handoff. Going to get nowhere, unfortunately. 3-yard loss. My starting running back Gregory Johnson must be hurt. So we got 3:35 here left in the first half. Underneath to Brents here. Hopefully gets to the edge. He does. Devon Brents gets the first. But then too, like how I'm doing my Dynasty, how I'm doing no portal, it kind of fits what I'm telling you guys, right? Because you get to see these same guys, even though they're made up players at this point, because, you know, we're far enough into the Dynasty. You get to see the same guy for, you know, hopefully 4 years. Now I can still lose people to the portal, like we lost Amir Lincoln, we lost Augustine, but, you know, this game probably has people leaving less often than real life in the portal. I think I saw a stat was like 30% of D1 players were in the portal, which is just insane. The slant route to Casper, nice. Do you think that the transfer portal stuff only gives top schools more advantage? Most already had the recruiting advantage. It's kind of interesting. I think it helps, like, not the... So I think it actually probably evens the playing field at the top. So in the past, like, where you'd have, like, your Alabamas and Georgias, they'd have, like, super deep rosters because they would just have a bunch of, like, 5 stars. Those guys aren't staying to sit on the bench for a couple years anymore. They're going elsewhere. So I think it makes, like, the top teams a little bit worse. It helps the second-tier teams. And I think it kills the group of 5 teams. So I do think it brings more parity at the top. And you're kind of seeing that this year, right? Like, there's any of the teams left in the playoff, like, I think could win. It's, like, a lot more unexpected or unknown. But I think it really kills the group of 5 teams. Which is too bad. All right, we got a 3rd and 9 here. Oh, it's an inaccurate throw anyways. All right, gonna have to settle for a field goal attempt. Because, like, in the past with, like, Alabama and Georgia, it's like they would get, you know, all the top guys. Which, like, they still get a lot of them in recruiting. But then you'll see, like, a lot of them leave after a year if they don't play right away. Which in the past, they just stay on their bench a lot. So I guess that aspect of a fan, because I don't watch the group of 5, kind of makes it better. There's more parity towards the top. But... again, if I was a fan of a group of 5 school, I mean, just like, I mean, I think it was like, what, James Madison and who's the other school, Tulane, that made the playoff? North Texas was another mid-major. Like, they're losing all their players, especially where like, all those head coaches left for the... So, like, in the past, that would happen. You lose the head coach, but the player would stay. And now it's just like, their entire starting lineup gets gutted. Oh no, and he broke it. Wow, impact receiver makes an impact play. Jeez, Washington on the board with another touchdown. And yeah, like, and that's fair too, right? Now, it's the one thing that's been kind of interesting with this is schools like Texas Tech that haven't traditionally been football powers, but they have a few huge donors, and that's the crazy part, right? Because there's such a gap of like top 0.0001% wealth versus like the next tier. So if you have a school like Texas Tech, even if they just have like 5 to 10 massive donors that are willing to throw in a ton of money, like, they can completely change that school. And I think what Texas Tech does is really interesting, actually. I think really smart how they do this, is that they have a GM, basically, and he does all the transfer stuff. Like, I don't think the coach is that involved. I was listening to something about it. And they treat it like the NFL, where it's like the coach gets talked to and stuff, but the GM makes the results. Like, he focuses on his job, and the coach focuses on the field. And I 100% think that's the way to do it, and I think part of why it's worked so well for them. Now, a lot of head coaches that have been around in college for a while, that's like a lot for them to give up, right? Because they're so used to being on top of the high school recruiting. But I think if you get a good GM, like, that's the way to do it. And then the coach can focus on coaching. And what Texas Tech did, I think, was smart, too. Because, like, obviously the big-name portal guys are going to be, like, your quarterbacks and stuff. But so they got that Sorsby from Cincy. That's a big payment. But at least the transfer portal they got last year, they got tons of defensive guys. And that's why their defense is so good. So... it's an interesting time, man. It really is. Everett across the middle here. 1st and 10. Nice. Swift, that's fair. I don't mind if people root against me. I get it. Especially if you're watching your favorite school. I don't know how I would feel if I was watching a streamer and they were playing against my favorite team. I don't know who I'd root for. To be fair, if the streamer I was watching, like, say you were a Michigan fan and I was playing against Michigan, I could definitely see myself rooting for MSU in that scenario. 47 seconds, so we're kind of letting the clock go a bit. And then 3rd and 5. 40 seconds here. I mean, if I don't get the first, I got to give him the ball back, but I do think we kind of want to take the chance that we can pick this up. Oh, boy. Oh, I almost threw a pick. So we're going to have to punt to them with 33 seconds. Washington making this a tough battle. We're only up by 3. Like I said, they're at 86 overall, so they're a pretty solid team. Definitely not a gimme here. I think this is going to be just into the end zone, yeah. Jordan, you imagine the ripple effect of someone like what's happening at Washington, some of your potential recruits see the starting quarterback leave and decide not to join. Yeah, that's the thing, though, is like I think with all this, they do have to make it where these contracts are enforceable. Like, the NCAA needs to step up in that sense. And then with college basketball, it's going on right now, too, where that one guy that was drafted in the NBA who's been playing professionally in Europe, he was drafted like 31st overall 2 years ago, and now he's playing college. That one's kind of a crazy situation. I can kind of see how the loophole works because he apparently wasn't taking money. So that's kind of a thing in Europe with the young guys. Like some of them will play for free. So I don't think he actually even made money. But he was playing at a professional level and he's been drafted in the NBA. So it's like a really weird one. And time runs out there. So we're going to be up by 3 going to the half. I think we get the ball. I'm pretty sure we had them go 3 and out to start the half. But definitely a tough battle here with Washington. But yeah, we'll see. It's a crazy time, man, in college sports. It really, really is. And like I said, for me, it's like I follow the football really only. So, as far as my favorite sports, I'm actually pretty split between football, American football, basketball, and Formula One. So for me, it's like the biggest thing is either the Formula One races or my favorite teams. So like I like watching, even with college basketball, I do like watching the Michigan State games when I watch. I don't watch all of them, but I like watching Michigan State. I like watching the Bulls in the NBA. I like watching the 49ers, Michigan State football. Yeah. Dude, for real, Saban, Jordan, I think he's on top of it. And like a lot of people are talking about, I think the portal was going to hurt Alabama. Because, again, they were not going to have the depth that they've had in the past. So I think, especially for like his legacy and stuff, like he actually got out at the perfectly right time. I think he played it well. So the other thing that's a mess is how, like, the timing of the portal. Like, they need to finish college football January 1st, then have the portal. Like, having the portal going on right now while we are in the national semifinals is insane. Like, players announcing they're coming back next year. There's people at Oregon that are transferring out of Oregon while they're still in the playoff, which is even crazier. Because they don't have a choice, right? Like, that happened with that Prabula last year from Penn State. Like, he was their backup quarterback, but he had to go. Because if he didn't, like, everyone is going to have their quarterbacks already. It's just, it's so insane, the setup. Like, I do feel bad for the kids in that sense. And then for Kiffin, like, Kiffin sometimes rubs me the wrong way. Sometimes I think he's hilarious and I root for him. I do feel bad at the timing of that he didn't get to coach the playoff. Deep ball to the tight end with a linebacker on him. Brents makes the play. Devon Brents, a route I never would have thrown to a tight end in the past, but with him we will. So we got 2 short curls from our tight ends here. And makes the catch. I think he's faster than all my receivers at 91. The 4-star athlete in recruiting. It was like positions of tight end and running back were his highest rated positions, and I'm so glad we put him at tight end. It was just like a much bigger need too. All right, here we are, 3rd and 5. So I either got to throw the quick slant or it's going to be a handoff. Throw the quick slant there. Nice. Jeremy Thomas. I don't run a lot of RPOs, but we do that time with some success. Here we go. Play action. Oh, it's not to Brent. Shoot. Well, I'm sticking with the play now. Let's see if Sessions can make a play. Sessions said doesn't work. Doesn't matter what tight end it is. He'll make the play. So we do get that. First and goal here from the 6. Crap, that route's pretty covered. Oh, boy. Running back was my check down. He got caught in the line. Without more regulation, Jordan saying college will be more, I mean, a mere NFL. I mean, dude, if anything, it's like even worse because the contracts just aren't, like I said, they have to make these like public, I think. Like, obviously, all your sponsorships don't be, but, like, the initial thing has to be. And then that way, it's, like, it doesn't need to be the money. It needs to be the years that are shown. So, like, say it's, like, okay, this guy's here for, sign a 1-year deal, a 2-year deal, whatever. The whole thing is just crazy right now. Crap, no blocking. Unfortunately, we're not going to take a 2-score lead there. You're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt. And we'll tack it on here. 20-14. And kick over to the left side. Into the end zone there for a touchback. 6-point lead. So we get 3 points on the opening drive of the half. Now Washington's going to get their first possession. Crap, I didn't get to the linebacker I wanted. Make a good play there on the outside, though, only a 1-yard gain. I'll be interested to see if it impacts people, like the viewership, say like 3 years down the road, if it's going to impact college. To be fair, like as long as the NFL, there are a few days late in the year where like they're putting games on Saturdays after college season's done, but I guess as long as they maintain the only games on Saturdays, they're probably okay. But I do think this transfer portal stuff has led me from being probably more a fan of college football. We're lucky going out of bounds there. Then over the NFL, and now it's maybe shifting towards a little more interest in the NFL. So I've always really, for football, again, it's like my favorite teams are the games I like the most. So the 49ers or Michigan State. But other than that, like I would take, like a lot of times I'd say, I would watch a random like college game as long as it's like good teams. I won't watch like the group of 5 games, but a good college game over like an NFL game. But I pick up there of 3. We got Everett in the slot here. We'll shake route. Just get off in time before I get hit there. Nice catch from Everett across the middle. 5 catches, 50 yards. Already either in field goal range or really close to it. And then going for a run to the right side. Oof, jeez. Cutting around there. End up gaining 8. Hand off here out of the shotgun. 2nd and 2. Nice. Pick up the first. Stump. Gains 3. 2nd and 7. Brent's, ooh, catches and breaks the tackle. Wow, what a play, dude. This tight end. I still can't get over how good he is. Nice play there. So we got 1st and goal from the 4. We're going to go hand off to Stump on the right side here. Not much room to run. I really would like to punch this in for a touchdown. 2nd and 4. Hey, what's up, Brandon? So I ended up playing a stream last night. So I tried a 6 p.m. stream out. I'm still kind of... Eventually, I need to get this locked down because, again, I know different people watch different time of day, and I don't want to be doing some daytime, some evening. I wanted to try evening last night, so I did a 6 p.m. stream. So we got to 5-0. So I did the off season, and then I played 5 games, won all 5, and then today we played our first game. Who beat us? So in the playoff... Oh, that's right. You probably didn't see the playoff because that was pretty late 2 days ago. So I went undefeated in the regular season, year 7. Got blown out by Oregon in the Big Ten Championship. We made it to the playoff. I won my first round game against Baylor. Won my second round game against BYU. And then I lost in the semifinal to Virginia Tech. So we ended up going 14-2 last season. By far my best season. And we do get 2-point conversion here to go up 2 touchdowns. So that's nice. But yeah, I wanted to try that last night. I think we're back to the... I'm probably going to stick with this noon, even though yesterday night. But it's just tough. I'm trying to decide what to do. But like I said, by at least February, I absolutely need to have this locked in because I don't want to do this thing on going back and forth. It's just like there's lots of pros and cons, I think, to both times a day. So the daytime, I would probably play more unique days. Plus, I might stream a bit later. So I would stream like some days like 12 to 7 p.m. instead of like only being 5 hours, 6 to 11 in the evenings. And then also schedule-wise, I would be able to play just a bit more days if I play during the day because the schedule just lines up better. Brandon said there was a notification on my Twitch. Yeah, it was the yesterday one makes sense. If you're going to bed at 9 p.m. Europe, it's like that's what 4 p.m. here. Or no, you said you're a 6-hour difference. So that'd be like me at 3 p.m. And yes, I started 3 hours after that yesterday. Started the stream. But I appreciate you tuning in. I do think we're probably mostly going to stick with this daytime stuff, but I don't want to say 100% for sure because I've gone back and forth on what I said a bit, so. Furious asks, you still play cards? I haven't played online yet this year, so basically what happened is I stopped streaming poker after 5 years in like April. I still played online cash for the rest of last year, so for like the next 9 months. Things went pretty good. I was kind of lazy and didn't play a lot of hours, but my hourly did really well. And then now there's some tax law changes in the U.S. that I'm not playing online to start the year because I'm really concerned with how it works. So basically, you can have only write off 90% of your losses starting this year. And to me, it's not 100% clear what's considered wins and losses. Is it like every table is unique? Is it every day you put a different log? Like that makes a huge difference on how it works. So I feel comfortable playing live in the tax situation. It hurts a little bit, but it's definitely still playable. So I haven't played yet, but I do plan on playing some live cash this year in Michigan. And then, you know, if the tax stuff gets reversed or we get a clarification on wins and losses, I'll play more online again. Something that could change next week or never change. So it's just like kind of a wait and see with that. But really focused on the football streaming at the moment. Even if that comes back, I'm not sure I'm going to stream poker. Or if I do, like how much I would really stream poker. Maybe more of like play that offline and play video games on stream. We'll see. Just trying to stay flexible at the moment. Oh, dang it. Deep across the middle gets open. Ah, get there. Oh my gosh. They're running back, running over us. Wow, that's really bad. So I got first and goal to go on either one or the two. They're down 2 scores going to the 4th, but again, they're right on the goal line. Got to try to finish this one strong. Go for a blitz. Ah, dang. Go for the sweep there. Touchdown, Washington. We're going to make it a 1-score game. And tack on the extra point. And kick it off here. Just go for a fair catch. First and 10. Run right up the middle with Stubb. Love to see it. He gets hurt. Jeez, my running backs are really getting injured right now. It hurts the clock run off too. So we got Henderson back into the game though. Oh, not much room to run there with Larry Henderson. Only pick up 2. Clock does run. About 5 minutes left. Nice, good block there from the receiver. Casper. Injury timeout, so that's going to stop the clock, but we do pick up a first at least. Would love to put another touchdown on the board here. Casper across the middle, get to the edge. Oh, and he makes the safety miss. What a play, George Casper into the end zone. I was just hoping to get the first down. But he catches it and takes it to the house. Things you love to see. So I get the touchdown and go ahead and tack on the extra point. Makes it 35-21. And go for a kick to the left. And just kneels it. Oh, crap. I switched players there. Make the tackle here short of the first. So we have about 5 minutes left. We're up by 2 touchdowns. After the touchdown to George Casper. Screenplay. Get there. Ugh. Breaks the tackle. Gets to about midfield. Hits a wide open route across the middle. routes. Nice, we're all over it. Do get a stop. Out routes, tackle. Nice, I good tackle. Only 1 yard gain. 3rd and 2, we're going to bring a blitz on this one. Pinch that D line down. Get there. Nice. Oh, I didn't quite get the sack, but we do make it throw incomplete, and I assume they're going for this here. 4th and 2. Oh, I didn't get there against the run. Shoot, my linebacker got blocked. So they pick up the 1st down. And they're going back in the air on 1st. This guy, crap. Slides down. Good game, though. Washington still has 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, so they are definitely still in this game. Oh, nice spin move with the D-tackle. Make the tackle there. 2nd and goal on the 4. Touchdown. He's like, did he even hang on to that long enough to be a catch? I don't know. I'm not sold on that one. I'm not sold on that, but it's going to be a touchdown. Attack on the extra point. Attack on the extra point. Just fair catch this one. Run to the right side here. Get outside, stump does. Stay in bounds, gets to the 1st down too. No injuries either. What's going on with my other running backs? No, Henderson's back in now, okay. So run to the left here with Larry Henderson. No gain there. Washington used their 1st timeout. 2nd 11, go for another run to the right side. Not much room to run. Try to cut it back, but maybe pick up 3. 3rd and 7. Big 3rd down here. Low and inaccurate. Well, we're punting. They have a chance to get back down the field and tie it. Unfortunately, we've kept Washington in this game. This is a battle. Need our defense to come up big. Ooh. Bad special teams, too. So they're going to have to go pretty far. I mean, they're on 23, so they got to go 77 yards down the field. But they've got 4 touchdowns this game, so they're definitely showing they can. Oh, wow. Quarterback's wide open on the option. Oh, I didn't get off that block either. Big gain on 1st. Yeah, it looks like he did step out of bounds, so it's going to stop the clock. But now they've got plenty of time to work with. I think this is play action. I'm going to try to blitz to get to the quarterback. Nice. Good pass breakup? Yeah, it was. Okay. So you break out the pass play. Nice. All over the run. 2-minute timeout there. Dropping Kong here to the zone. Oh, boy. Oh, I thought I had the user pick off my hands. 4th down. No surprise they're going for it. It's not quite game if we stop them, but it's definitely going to put them in a pretty tough spot if we get the stop. Oh, my gosh. Our guy just gets toasted when we go. Dang it. Got to get off the field in those spots, guys. 3rd and longs continue to hinder us a bit. Oh my gosh. Get off the block. Yikes. Wow, they're 1 yard away from tying this game. Get the stop. Injury timeout. Someone make us use one of our timeouts. I mean, we're actually, with the time and score situation, I mean, it's kind of weird in this game because there can be those, like, phantom injury stoppages, but I do think that we just, like, assume they're gonna... Oh, man, I didn't make the tackle. No, actually, I'm gonna wait. 3rd and goal from the 5, we're blitzing. Wow. Oh, my gosh. What's, Brandon, what's MK3? I'm not aware of the game. I'm not aware of it. I've seen some poker streamers sometimes throw up some different gaming streams, but not too often. Most times kind of stick with it. Mortal Kombat 3, gotcha, okay. I've heard of it, I haven't played it before, though. Minute 21, 2 timeouts. Washington comes back in the 4th quarter from down 14. Let's see if we can answer. Still have time to run the ball here. Well, I think we're going to go with the passing route here. Oh, Brent's, is he hurt? He must be hurt. Oh, gosh, I picked this play rooting, looking for him, too. Wow. Okay. Incomplete pass across the middle. Man, that injury, not known as bad. Pretty wild to have one 1990s game. 26, yeah. That's quite the range there. It's quite the range. Everett short across the middle. And then now we kind of get an interesting spot because I don't love these play options. Oh, shoot, I have chew clock, and I guess that makes my decision for me. Henderson, and then injury timeout. Ends up being one in our favor. I take chew clock off. I just hurt myself with that. God, I got to do a lot better job in the 4th quarter of checking for that. Didn't like the pass play, so we're going to try to run this to catch it by surprise, but it doesn't work. We'll use our first timeout. Just got to get to field goal range, but... Oh, I did a bad throw. But they dropped it there anyways. Shoot. All right. And not having Brent's is really painful right now. Oh boy, I need him to catch and run. Not going to get it. Wow. On to overtime we go. To be fair, actually, I can probably call timeout at like 2 seconds here and see if the game lets me throw a Hail Mary. Man, this is, man, Washington's a tough team. I knew it was going to be hard, but blowing a 14-point lead in the 4th quarter is pretty tough. Hoping the CPU lets me throw it. I mean, it should, but they don't always have the best logic. Okay, here we go. Can we get a miracle? Nope. And into overtime we go. Second overtime game of the season, so we went overtime against BYU. We ended up winning that one. Man. This is disappointing, especially those really tough games coming up. Like, we've got to win this game. 3 top 12 teams in the last 4 games. Oh, man. We're ourselves in a tough one here against UW. Undefeated season on the line. We went undefeated in the regular season last year. We're going to play defense first. Much harder this year. We had like 4 or 5 ranked games last year, but I don't think it was any like elite teams where we have like 3 elite teams in a year. Plus BYU is pretty good too. They're 89 overall and like number 6 at the time. So like the 4 hardest games we have this year are harder than any of the games we had last regular season. And then we got absolutely stomped by Oregon in the Big Ten Championship. Good first down defense there. Get the 1-yard loss. Get that crowd noise going. Oh boy, quarterback's moving. Slides down, picks up 7, 3rd and 4. If we can hold him a field goal attempt, this would just be so big. Come on, D, lock up. Yes, we get the stop. Oh no! I said that too early. That guy broke his tackle, but the other one was there, fortunately. Oh my gosh, that would have been so sick if he broke that and got the first. Obviously, would love a miss here, but even if they make it, it means just we need a touchdown to win the game. You take this every time. Being down 3, getting the ball. So here we go. Got a chance to get the win with the offense if we can just score. We found a way to win lots of close games in the last 2 seasons. Can we do it yet again here? Start with a stretch play to the left with Larry Henderson. Oh, breaks out, go. Get there. Ooh, down to the 2. Or down to the 1. All right. We've got 3 plays here probably to try to punch this in. Hard run the goal line. I like the front we're seeing. Get in. Touchdown. Let's go. We win in overtime. Oh, my gosh. Second OT win this year. Takes 2 plays this time. Kind of similar to that first OT win against BYU. So we were defense first there. And I scored on a first play pass, actually. This one we play on scoring 2 runs. Second overtime win of the season. That's a big one. The first 6 years of the Dynasty, I lost a lot of close games, it felt like. And then the last 2, we keep winning all of these. We're running a little above expectation, I think, in the tight games. But we're happy to win 7-0 after we blow a 14-point fourth quarter lead. DeMar Johnson, 275 and a touchdown. On the ground, 149 for Glenn Stump. The starters actually didn't play a lot. They must have been kind of hurt throughout. But Stump carries the bulk there for us. Receiving split between Everett, Casper, and Brents. Thomas, again, hasn't done that much this year, but get the win, 41-38 overtime against Washington. That is nice to get that. I was definitely worried for a bit. So we find a way to get the W against UW. Advance on to the next week here, 7-0. So we've got one more matchup, and then we've got the craziness of that schedule. 4-star right tackle commit. Recruiting's going very well this year. We remain number 4 in the country. And we've got Northwestern. So let's take a quick look at recruiting, then I'll catch you guys. I'll show you the schedule for those who haven't seen it yet. And then we will get things moving. So first, again, just want to make sure I'm doing everything right on the hard sells and such. And like this guy is new to being in this top 5, and it looks like we can hard sell him, so we'll do that. Did I whiff on this? Oh, there it was. Okay. Do the hard sell, do the extra 10. These guys are not in their top yet, so we can't hard sell. 50 there. We might have to back off somebody to do visits, but let's see what we've got. KCW, good to see you. Thank you for the follow as well. So just got NCAA last week, initially had success, but now I'm struggling. I just discovered that I wasn't hard selling when that allows. Do I hard sell for the rest of the recruiting process for a player, or do 1 week then switch back to send the house? So I'm not 100% sure. The best recommendation I'd say is go to YouTube. What I do is I personally just hard sell as long as I can, and then I'll add on the extra 10 points if I have the points to do so. So you can only hard sell once they're in the top 5. It also depends on what their things are, right? So for this guy, we see the green check marks. Also, another tip is you see where it says deal breaker on the right here. Sometimes that won't show that on the right-hand side as a green check mark, but you know it's one of them. So even if it sometimes shows 1 or 2, you might actually know 1 more. Sometimes also you just can't hard sell. So for example, where was one of these guys that I had that with? Because your things just aren't good. Is this guy one of them? Yes. So on the right side, you can see his 3 things. One of them is playing style is an F. So that means that, which is kind of weird because I do cover with my safeties a lot. But anyways, that means I wouldn't hard sell this guy. I usually only do if it's green or yellow. So if it's a B- or better for all 3. Some people I've seen will do if it's in the orange or at least soft sell. But that's maybe where if you like really want to get into it, YouTube videos would be better. But at least that's my strategy with it. All right, let's take a look at recruiting. Ooh, Nebraska. Again, the last 2 home games, very tough opponents, so we could definitely lose them, but we're going to get them in. It's the only visit I actually can even do, interestingly enough, because everybody else either got visits or they're not in their top 5 yet. So here, let's see if there's anyone else we can try to recruit. So, like, these right guards here are probably the most interesting, or the tight ends. I'm actually probably... How many tight ends do I have here? If I have 2 that I'm going to get or have gotten... No, we don't, so I'm actually going to recruit this. Okay, this will be the guy that we throw a lot on here. Not all of it. So I either do like the 25 or the 50 basically. And then if I can't do that, then I'll probably... I have 10 points left over, so I'll offer to these other guys that didn't have any other scholarship offers yet. This is kind of nice. Like, this is the most depth we've had as far as this many 4 stars we could potentially have. I've had to fill a roster out with 3 stars in the past, but if anything, we're actually over-recruiting with what we have here. And then we'll just cut some of those guys over 3 stars in the past that maybe haven't developed as much. We're going to be cutting some better people than we have before. Casey that we said makes sense. Was super thrilled to come back for NCAA 13. Found instant success. Nice. Glad it started well, but what team are you using? And how many years in are you? I played a lot of video games through like 2011, and college football is always my favorite. And then, like you said, the 2013 season, or like NCAA 14 was the last game that came out. Then there was a huge gap, and this is year 2, and I kind of got back into it with this. Looking at our team schedule here. So you can see we're number 4 in the country. And we've got number 2 Nebraska next week, then 11 Michigan, Wisconsin, then verse 7 Oregon. We can't overlook Northwestern. Obviously got to go to win. This is a kind of a trap game setup, but we get some pretty crazy tough games after this. So hopefully we can start 8-0. This will be the 3rd straight year we did it. So 2 years ago I started 9-0, finished 10-3. Last year we were undefeated in the regular season at 12-0, finished 14-2, losing in the CFP semifinal and getting crushed in Big Ten championship. If you're ever curious in seeing the Dynasty history, Northwestern is 71 overall. The pinned message on all the streams will be, it'll show you the past seasons and then as well as like passing, rushing, and receiving leaders for the Dynasty as well. Oh, nice. Kent State 2031. Let's switch to whatever conference has Tulane pair. What, did you stay in the MAC with Kent State or did you move into a different conference? Oh, no, okay, never mind. You're still at Kent State, but you're in the same conference as Tulane. Okay. I read that wrong at first. Nice. I've thought about doing that too, where I start at like a MAC school and then like start in the MAC and maybe move to like the Big Ten once I get better. Maybe something I'll try in the future. Kick off to the end zone, see a touchback. Robert Shaughnessy? Maybe that's how you say it. Anyway, he's their starting quarterback for the Wildcats. I saw that they actually got Michigan State's opening game starter this year. Aiden Childs, he transferred to Northwestern. I hope he does well. At times I was frustrated because I didn't feel like he was very accurate, but he seems like a nice guy, and I'll root for him for sure, unless he's playing Michigan State. Hope he does well. Yeah, that's fair. Once your team gets better, moving up in conference, I think that's a good way to do it. Because if you just start, like, say you start in Big Ten right away with, like, a MAC school, could be risky at the beginning. It'd be very hard to win any games in conference. They pick up the blitz pretty well there. Picks up the first down as well. So do you stream every day around this time? So I'm actually just kind of getting into streaming football myself. My plan is to either be really consistent with like 12 p.m. start times or 6 p.m. start times. I'm definitely leaning more towards the 12 p.m. starts though. So yeah, I'll be on most days. I used to stream poker a lot for 5 years, but now I'm streaming college football. And then I'm probably going to be a mix of college football and Madden. I haven't decided if I'll play one or the other more than the other or if it'll be like a mix. But be a focus on the football games. Good tackle there. 3rd and 8. Get there. Ooh, make a tackle. No, it's the first on 3rd and 8. It's unfortunate to give that up. Hey, KCW, I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thanks for stopping in and supporting the stream. I really do appreciate that. And thank you for the follow. Oh, I thought it was a play action, but it was actually a run. Tackle for a 3-yard loss, though. D-line did their job. Make the tackle. Get about half of it back, so 3rd and 7. They picked up a 3rd and 8 already. Hopefully we don't give up a 3rd and 7 as well. Nice. Come up and make the play. Woo! 4th and 8. Looks like we're probably going to force a punt here. So we do stop them on their first drive. And they go for the corner kick to the side. It's going to be out the 24. So it ends up not being actually that great of a punt. First look at the offense this game. Jeremy Thomas, only 20 yards this year. Wow, I can't believe that. He's my #1 receiver, too. I guess I just haven't been throwing... Sometimes the routes or whatever just end up being not a ton of the #1 receiver, so... It's a little low. Johnson up the middle. Maybe picks up 1. Oh boy, I should not try to force that in there. Should have just hit the drag routes. 3rd and 9. Let's see. So we got Thomas potentially deep if that safety's not over the top, or Brent's on his route if we get time to develop. All right, we take the deep ball to Thomas here. He's got a linebacker on him. Nice. Jeremy Thomas making a big play downfield. Just I say he's not doing much this year. He heard me. Makes a big play on 3rd and long. So 1st and 10 into the Northwestern territory. Gregory Johnson up the middle. Nice run into the red zone here to the 14. And then run to the left side here. So the tight end's going to go in motion. And then we'll run behind him as our lead blocker. Not too much of a gain. Maybe pick up 1. Go to a read option here on 2nd and 9. Oh, didn't quite get the blocking on the edge there, so only pick up 2. 3rd and 7. Oh, Brent's got hit on the... Gosh, he ran his own guy. He was going to be open. Safety was there, but I think he was too far away. I was going to hit him before he got to the safety. So unfortunately, I have to settle for 3. Route was open. Dang it. So only get a field goal there on the opening drive. And into the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 25. And throws that one into the ground. Nothing going there. Running game up the middle for about 6. 3rd, 4. Cover 3 here at the blitz. I'm not going to get to my guy in time. All right, guess I'm blitzing. Oh, I was going to take the guy in the middle. Oh, wow. Make the tackle at least. Shoot, big play from Northwestern there. Struggled a little bit with them right now. Get there. Oh, gosh, the guy breaks open. Touchdown against the 2 guys. Oh. Broke wide open deep. And they'll tack on the extra point. That is unfortunate. Kickoff deep here. Just go for a fair catch. Run to the left here. And a little bit of a gain, maybe a yard. Jeremy Thomas. Beat that guy around the corner. Nice. Thomas having some receiving yards this game after not too much before. Go with a run play to the left side. So I get ball back to Gregory Johnson here. Oh, man. I should have stayed to the left. That was a good pancake block. I just didn't trust it. Go over the same play again. So running left. Try to bounce this outside. And juke inside. Nice little 10-yard gain there. 7 carries, 30 yards for Gregory Johnson. Next, going for a run out to the right. Cut it upfield. Nice, good hole. Go, 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 go. Get a block. Good gain all the way down to the 4. Now we just got to punch it in. 636 yards on the season through 7 games. About the pace he's on last year. He ran for like 1590 in 16 games, so about 100 yards a game. Juke inside a little bit with Stump getting into the game. I don't think he has any gains, so it's actually 2nd and 4. Buck sweep or quick slant. We're going to go for the buck sweep here. To Johnson. Hold the edge. Nice. We're into the end zone. First touchdown of the game for us, so we're going to take the lead 10-7 as long as we tack on the extra point here. And it looks like we will. 10-7, a minute to go left in the first quarter. Then kick it off to the left corner. Into the end zone for a touchback. I think it's play action. Make the tackle. So it picks up 5. Well, 2nd and 5. Deep shots. Oh, I didn't jump till too late. Oh my gosh. Again, I just continue to time those deep balls really poorly. Big play for Northwestern. RPO. Ooh, I missed, but other player comes back, makes play. 3-yard gain there. So we gave up the huge pass play. Now we're just trying to hold in 3. Pretty bad user. I've got to get that down better. I keep saying that, but it's just not working. Pass to the flat. He's going to be just short of the first. We're going to have 3rd and 1. Bring the blitz here. Get there. Oh, get there. Yes. Okay, we do get the stop. It's a short angled kick, too. Just like I struggle with these. The CPU has struggled in this Dynasty these at times. Miss it. They're going to take it to the next quarter. Okay, 10-7 at the end of the first. Northwestern about to take a short field goal from the left hash. Short kick from the hash. Missed it. Let's go. They missed another one. 10-7. It's insane in this game. They're so similar to me. Like, I cannot make those short hash kicks. They can't either. They make a ton of super deep kicks, though. Like 50-plus yards, they make it all the time. But then up the middle, Gregory Johnson. Good first down run. 10 carries, 85 yards. He's looking really good early. Keep pounding the rock this time out to the right side. Oh, I kind of hit the hole wrong there. I should have stayed a bit more right. Still pick up 5, though. Not too bad. Press coverage on Casper. We'll see what the safety does. Safety's deep with him. And unfortunately, they're kind of all over those routes there, but we still do get a catch in. Pick up 4, 3rd and 1. We're going to go for a handoff out of shotgun here. Johnson. Try and pick this thing up. Nice big hole there. And we do fall forward into Northwestern territory. So we got to get this win, and then after this, we have 3 top 11 matchups, including its number 2 Nebraska next week. Can't try to look too far ahead, though. Still got to finish this game. Johnson going over 100 yards in the game. And then Stump checks into the game. Go for a little halfback dive up the middle. Good blocking. Little spin move. Nice. Picks up maybe 15. Oh, he ran to his guy. Oh, nice broken tackle from Everett. That's huge. That's going to be a very short game, so it gets about 20. Very nice play. First and goal from the 9. Devon Brent's into the end zone? No, he's down at the 1. Just short. Go for a run to the right side here, so the tight end's going to go in motion, then we run to that side. He'll be our lead blocker. Into the end zone for a touchdown. Nice. Take a 2-score lead. So we get the short missed field goal from Northwestern, and then we take the ball all the way down the field. Punch it in and try to tack on the extra point. Take a 10-point lead here. 17-7. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Kick off to the left corner. All over it. Nice. Good stop. Tackle to the 13. Nice D-tackle all over it. Gets the stop. 2nd and 9. Khan going down in the box here. This is play action. Nice. Then the defense line gets a sack. 3rd and 17. Christian in the chat today. How we doing, Christian? Appreciate the follow as well. Thanks for coming in. How's your day going? Just grinding some college football dynasty here. We're on year 8 with Michigan State. Made the playoff for the first time last year. Oh my gosh. Deep ball across the middle. Are you a Michigan State fan? I am, yes. Unfortunately for football at the moment. Basketball team looks good. Football team leaving a lot to be desired, though. Turn this dynasty around here. If you guys are ever curious on the dynasty history, the pinned message at the top of all the stream chats will have it for you. Brancy lost a prop bet. He has to use them in all dynasties. I mean, some people would probably guess I lost the bet to be using Michigan State. They're not the best team, but they're way better in this game than they should be. I think their team rating's at 84 to start, which is way too good for a team that just went 4-8. It's a little too favorable, I think, but not that it's an elite rating. But compared to how bad they actually are, it seems a little too generous. And they're not a bad team to use, too, because they have a mobile quarterback, like on the starting team with Aiden Childs, that's decent. And then they have 3 really good receivers. Running backs are fine. Tate Portnoy and Tom Brady. I could not imagine watching with 2 Michigan fans, Michigan State football right now. That would be a disaster. The amount of trash talking I would have to take and not be able to say anything back to would be tilting. And that's one of the few animations that's really bad in the AI play here is sometimes a quarterback will do that. They have room in front of them. They just like sprint out of bounds. Which is really weird. Christian asked Miami or Ole Miss. I'm rooting for Ole Miss. Who do I think will win? I think I'd also say Ole Miss, but I think it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be fascinating to see Ole Miss's offense go against Miami's defense. So 2 of the teams I've really been rooting for this year a lot are Indiana and Ole Miss. So like with Ole Miss, I love the story of Trinidad Chambliss. I actually find Lane Kiffin hilarious, although he's kind of getting on my bad side with how he's moving on to LSU. Not that I necessarily blame him leaving, but some of the stuff with like the coaches and stuff, and just like how much he's talking about it. And then Indiana, I think it's just cool that a random Big Ten team that's never been good at football is all of a sudden good now. So I would love to see Indiana Ole Miss championship. I would root for Ole Miss in that scenario. But what's your predictions for the playoff, Christian? The semifinal games and the final? Anybody else in chat? What's the picks from here on out? I'm going to say Indiana and Ole Miss in the final. Indiana wins. What I want to happen is Ole Miss, Indiana in the final with Ole Miss winning. But I think both semifinal games are going to be very good. I also like Oregon a lot too. So like this is a pretty fun year for me. And like Miami, I think is a good story. Like I wouldn't be super mad about any of the 4 winning. If I had to rank the order of what I want, I'd say Ole Miss 1, Indiana 2, Oregon 3, Miami 4. But I don't like despise any of these teams. It's probably be a holding call. 71 with the hold. Christian's got Miami versus Indiana. I could definitely see that. I mean, at this point, I could see any combination of things happening, to be fair. It's that wide open right now, in my opinion. Second and long here. Crap, the tight end was covered. Just going to throw this away. Brandon thinks that the week Ole Miss gets blown out. Interesting. Out on Ole Miss, huh? I don't know if Miami's got the offense to blow somebody out, though. That's the only thing. Like, I think Ole Miss is going to put up some points. I'm going to take a deep shot here, probably, pretty much no matter what. Crap, unless I get blitzed and I can't get it away, really. Oh, all right. That was a pretty bad possession, so we'll have to punt it back to Northwestern. 17-10. We're letting them kind of hang around a little more than I would like. All right, let's see. Oops, get out there. Oh, I thought he hit him before and I was going to tackle him for a second. Sorry, I'm trying to get some stuff on the stream organized. Quarterback's going to make a scramble there for a first. Chris said, I don't like Ohio State. Well, then you're probably happy with them taking that L to Miami. That was kind of shocking, to be honest, but Brandon thinks Indiana could lose this game. I mean, I think, yeah, anything can happen here. Absolutely. Indiana, yeah, probably should have lost at Penn State. I only saw, like, the very end of the game. But, yeah, obviously that touchdown catch was pretty sick. In the back of the end zone. I saw a few of the highlights, Christian, from Illinois State, Montana State FCS Championship. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the blocked field goal and then the 4th down and 10 pickup in overtime. How crazy is it, Brandon, that Cignetti's done so well after talking all that trash from taking the Indiana job? Like, I thought the guy was crazy, the stuff he was saying. But the dude has delivered in 2 years somehow. Which is insane. It's going to be just short. Let's see if they're going for this. They're punting. So I'm going to call... Oh, I didn't even call timeout. I'm an idiot. Ran out of bounds. I just wasted the timeout there. Exactly, Brandon. All the crazy stuff he said was true. It all happened. If anything, sooner than even maybe he expected. I don't know. That dude, got to give him credit for what they did. I am in absolute shock. But I think it's an awesome story. That's what he said too, right? He's like, I exceed expectations everywhere I go and I win everywhere. Google me. That was my favorite thing. He said, I win and Google me. If he would end up being bad, there have been so many clippable things for him, like people use against him. But dude, he delivered. Which is crazy. Gonna go for a run here, try to pick up the first, and then if we pick it up, I guess if we get stopped, I'll use a timeout. Or if we don't, I think we'll just go here and try to pick a play quickly. 49 seconds, 2 timeouts, stops the clock at least so it moves the sticks. I don't like the options here, so we'll run the ball. And if we get tackled short of the first, I'll use a timeout here. So 40 seconds there. Yeah. Cignetti, like the equivalent as a coach to Mahomes. That's I like that. We're going to try this tight end screen out with Brent's. Off the play action. And try to, I was going to say get out of bounds. Oh, nice. He is going to find a way to get out of bounds. God, that guy's such a beast. Is it hard to win Michigan State in this game? So they're, like I said, they're definitely better in this game than they should be. But, oh no, that's going to be picked. Oh, I shouldn't have dropped it. off the bounce. So yeah, not easy. I'm in year 8 of this dynasty, so it's gotten better, but not the easiest team. But again, they're probably better than they should be. Oh, deep shot. Brent's across the middle, the freshman tight end. Let's go, Devon Brents. I don't know if I've thrown that route a single time in this dynasty, but with him, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Towards the end of the half, why not? Let's try it out. Yeah, Mahomes, I mean, the thing is, like, Texas, when he was at Texas Tech, their defense was horrendous. Like, if you look at his stats, they were crazy. The problem is Texas Tech couldn't stop anybody. That's why I've always thought that the win-loss record for quarterbacks when you're looking at drafting someone is, like, the most overrated thing ever. Because you can't, as much as you want to in football, put it all in the quarterback, like, it's not how it works. Now, I do think it's worth looking at how do they play in clutch moments, right? Like, do they do a good job in the clutch moments? But it's not about, like, because, like, their defense could just lose the game for them, right? And there's nothing they can do about that. So the name of game was winning football. Like, that matters at the end of the day. But I'm just saying, like, when you're trying to scout people for going to the NFL, like, I think the whole, like, win-loss record's, like, the most overrated thing for quarterbacks when scouting. And it's just, like, it's hard not to think that way, though, with, like, you're, you know, just having, like, recency bias and all that. But go to the half here, 24-10 lead. Oh, nice, Christian. Started a dynasty in Miami and JMU. How's it going so far? How many years in are you in? What's the farthest you've been getting into it? Any playoff appearances yet? Oh, whoa. Fight there, half. What was going on there? A guy got shoved down? That's kind of crazy. All right. We're getting a little chippy with the Wildcats. Getting a little chippy with the Wildcats. What's crazy, too, is, like, you're seeing a lot of these schools try to do what Cignetti did. So Cignetti brought a lot of guys from James Madison, and now it's like you look at the coach from North Texas went to Oklahoma State. He's bringing a bunch of his guys. I think same thing with the not Tulane to Florida. He might be. I'm just not sure about it. There was another coach I saw doing a ton of that. Even, like, Iowa State to Penn State. Like, I think they took 19 guys, which is crazy. That's obviously a Power 4 to Power 4, so a little bit different, but coaches bring in tons of their players. We're going to switch the running backs out here. I forgot to do that. So we'll switch the running backs at half like we always do. Wow, speed's going way down on Johnson. He's tired. Go with a run here, though. And falls forward for about a 13-yard gain, so he gets a little bit there. Despite being tired. Christian State, 21 Michigan State should have made the playoffs. Is that the Kenneth Walker year, right? I think they lost one too many games there to make it. They had a chance for sure. I mean, they started undefeated, got that win against Michigan. I still can't believe Kenneth Walker wasn't a Heisman finalist. That was, like, complete robbery. He should have been potentially winning it, sorry. And somehow he wasn't even a finalist. But he won the Maxwell Award, which is, like, for best player. Which he was, like, I think he was the first guy that won the Maxwell Award to not be a Heisman finalist in, like, I can't remember if it was ever or if it was some crazy amount, like 50 years. But as a Michigan State fan, that made me sick. Who did they lose that year? I can't even remember. I think they had a bad loss against Purdue. That's right. And then was that the year they also got killed by Ohio State too? They lost 2 games, I think. Or no, maybe it was it? No, yeah, it was at least 2. I'll say maybe it was 1 because that was the 4 playoff team. But I think they lost 2 games, and then they beat Pitt in the bowl game. But yeah, they had a bad loss to Purdue, and then I want to say they got killed by Ohio State, but that might have been a different year. Who was that other loss to? Maybe were they both bad losses? Man, it's drawing a blank right now. Casper for the touchdown here. But yeah, they were super. I mean, that year was fun to watch with K9. He was only at State for 1 year. That was like the beginning of the portal stuff. Dude, talk about a guy. I mean, out of the last, like, 8 years, we've only had 1 good football season. That was that year with him. He was such a beast, dude. And then the thing that makes me absolutely sick is I'm a 49ers fan of the NFL, and he goes to our rival, the Seahawks. Like, I would have gotten a Kenneth Walker jersey if he went anywhere outside of like Detroit or the NFC West division, because I don't like the Lions because all my friends do, so I root against them a lot. But of course he goes to my hated rival, which sucks because like I can't root for him, but like still instinctively I want to, because he was so fun to watch at Michigan State. Chris said, okay, I'm pretty sure it's Purdue, Ohio State. I remember the Purdue loss. In Ohio State, I'm pretty sure it was the other one. That might have been the year where it's like they blew us out and they were up like 35-0 at half. There was one year we were really good, and then they had us up by 5 touchdowns at half, and I think it might have been that year. Running back up the middle. Make the tackle here. 56-7 Ohio State. Okay, so that is definitely the year I'm thinking of. Yeah. That was brutal. They were just getting killed. We've gotten killed by Ohio State a couple times, so... We had a crazy win one year when we were really good. Connor, not Kick, like the streaming platform. Connor Cook was our starting quarterback, and he got hurt. We had to play our backup, who was either Damian Terry, I think it was Tyler O'Connor, one of the two. And we ended up winning on the road at Ohio State with a field goal at the end. That was crazy. That was I think we were like a 2-touchdown underdog because we were with our backup quarterback. But that was like a huge, I think we might have been undefeated before that game too. Intercept. That guy came back and cut in front of me. I thought I had a pick. Oh my gosh. That's brutal. So, Northwestern cuts it back to a 2-score game. Oh, that sucks that I blew that. And just go for a fair catch. Run to the left side here. Good blocking. Larry Henderson, the freshman. Lots of room to run. Oh, juke move. Okay, I see you, Larry. Favorite NFL team? Yep, it's Braves. I like the 49ers. So, really disappointed. And then I was just talking about how the rivals, Seahawks, really disappointed with that loss. I mean, the difference between the 1 seed and the 6 seed is so big. Like, I'd want to look at the odds of them winning the Super Bowl, percentage-wise, if it was a win versus a loss in that Seahawks game. It's got to be so crazy because 1 seed, you have the home field advantage plus 1 less game. And then now instead we have to play a first-round game at Philadelphia instead of having a bye. So that's pretty brutal. Henderson falls forward for the first. I'm hoping they beat the Eagles, man. Who's your team, Christian? Who do you root for? All right. Potentially cut this back to the right based on the alignment I'm seeing. Not versus where the line went. Got to be willing to adjust, obviously. But I was just saying versus the initial read in the alignment. I thought a chance there. I thought that there's a ref that was going across. I thought it would be a safety coming down to cover for a second. Oh, man. We pick up the first. Touching the Rocky thing is a bad... Interesting. I did not know that. The Rocky statue is bad luck. I will not be going to the game, so I will not be doing that. So you don't have to worry about me. Jacksonville's an underdog. What's the spread? They play Buffalo, right? That should actually be a pretty interesting game. I'd like to see Buffalo win, but I don't have any reason to root against the Jags. I like Travis Hunter a lot, so it's too bad he's hurt. But I don't mind the Jags. Steelers or Texans? That's a good one. I think I would take Houston. But they're on the road, right? Is that Pittsburgh? That should be a good game. Either way. Who do you got in that one? Glenn Stump picks up about 5. So we're going to have a 3rd and 4 here. Brent's, I think it's the first there. Nice. Guy just continues to be a beast. The Sessions, the other tight end's not too bad either. But Brent's is an absolute dog. Probably try to throw it him here. Crap, I should have thrown that earlier. Saw the blitz coming. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I think we're going to go for a run. So we got 2nd and goal from the 5. Hand the ball off to Larry Henderson. In the end zone. Just. Oh, no, they give it to him. Hopefully they don't challenge that because I think he's short. They are challenging. It's probably get reversed. Brandon's got Rams Jags Super Bowl. I mean, at this point, dude, outside of Carolina and Pittsburgh, I mean, I guess Houston I don't love either. Maybe besides those three, like I could see any of the 11 out of the other 14 teams getting there. It's pretty wild this year. And I don't think there's like any overwhelming favorites. I would say the favorites, like I would say Seahawks and Patriots just because having the 1 seed is so big. But the Patriots concern me a bit more because you have no playoff experience for Drake May. I mean, I guess Darnold doesn't have that much either. Oh, jeez. Stuff. We're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt, probably. Oh, not getting no touchdown there is a bit disappointing. So it'd still be a 3-score game here, but would have liked a 3-touchdown lead. The Broncos are the 1 seed? Oh, I thought someone the other day said the Patriots were. Who's the... I got to check. Who's New England play in the first game, then? Let's see here. Do the kickoff. San Diego. Oh, Chargers. LA. Yeah. Okay. So I guess then I would say Broncos. I would say Broncos Seahawks would be my picks. But it's not because I think they're infinitely better, really. It's just because they have the easiest road. 1 less game and then home for all of them. Yeah, you're right. Denver's got the 1. Oh, shoot. Pick it. Oh, the user pick as I was yapping. Look at that. Witten's got my back. So we get the interception. Put us in a commanding spot here. A little glitch in the upper left. See how it says spot a ball? Has that just been stuck there? Might be stuck through the whole game. We'll see what happens. Nope, we went away finally. Okay. Larry Henderson getting hurt there, unfortunately. I was watching that game, too. I got up to my parents for the week, and I watched I think the second half of the Jags-Broncos game, and yeah, they did destroy them. Dominated that game. Underneath to Brent's here. He's going to pick up the 1st and more. Down to about the 2-yard line here. But yeah, I really hope the Seahawks, the 49ers division games. I just don't want to see the Seahawks or Rams in the Super Bowl. Obviously, I want the Niners in the Super Bowl, but given that they're the 6th seed, I think it's going to be very challenging. It's so crazy that that one game is dictating whether they're the 1 seed or the 6th seed. It's got to be like the most even. If anyone's wondering how balanced the NFL is this year, especially the NFC there. And then the AFC, it's crazy because like you have, like the Bills of all the teams probably seem like they have Josh Allen, but like a lot of the elite quarterbacks, Herbert I consider pretty elite. He maybe hasn't done the winning in the playoffs the other guys have, but I really like Herbert. So you got Josh Allen, Herbert, and then you've got like a lot of unknown quarterbacks. Bo Nix, Drake May. Rodgers is obviously known, but he's super old at this point. CJ Stroud, good rookie year. I'm not quite sure how he's done this year, but he had a down 2nd year. I don't think Stroud's been that great this year either, but maybe I'm wrong on that. It depends on, some years I'm pretty active watching a lot of non-49ers games, some years I'm not. I haven't actually followed the NFL super close this year outside of the Niners, but I've watched all those games. Except one. I think I streamed one of the nights, but I've watched all but one of the games in full. That's kind of how I'm a sports these days. Ooh, nice. Get the stop. Force the punt. I'm like, I always want to watch all the 49ers and Michigan State games. And then I kind of like watch college football or pro football if I have the time. But if I have other things going on, it's not like a huge deal to me. I always want to make sure I watch my favorite team if I can. So I turn that out there. 31 seconds here left in the 3rd quarter. And then we're on to our crazy stretch of 3 top 11 teams to end the year. 3 out of the last 4 games. Number 2, Nebraska next week. Go for a run to the left side here. I think the Nebraska game's on the road, but that... No. No, 2 of the 3 are at home, so I think Nebraska's home then probably. Cut up field, going to gain most of it back there. So we get 3rd and 4 after a 7-yard gain. It's going to be short of the sticks. Dang it. Didn't get that release I was hoping for. I think it's going to be roughing the punter. So I think we're actually going to get this. I don't know. I've seen roughing the kicker. I don't know if I've seen roughing the punter in this Dynasty. Christian said Michigan State has an easy schedule next year. Who do they play? I haven't, as far, what's their non-conference schedule? Actually, it's probably, instead of you listing out 12 games, probably easier for me to look it up. Let me see if I can see. Sometimes it'll have it where... So we get 1st and 10 after that fortunate break. Oh, I get sacked, though. That's the thing, too, is when you play big conferences, it's, ooh, at Notre Dame, that's not going to be an easy game. That's not going to be easy. Feature schedules. Oh, shoot, I just opened something I didn't want to. So we got 2nd and 17 after I take the sack here. I'm going to chuck a corner out here to Thompson. I haven't ran this route very often, but did look like the safety's over the top on it very well, and then we get 2nd and long. So I take the shot. It works out. So Michigan State's got Toledo, Eastern, then at Notre Dame, at Michigan. Wow, their first conference game. That hasn't happened. I can't remember forever. We're going to let the chew clock run this down a bit. At Notre Dame, at Michigan, back-to-back games, week 3, week 4. Illinois, Nebraska, Northwestern, Oregon's tough. Washington, who knows if they'll have their quarterback. It looks like probably not. At Rutgers, at UCLA, and at Wisconsin. So, I mean, to be fair, like if you look at the schedule, who knows how good Michigan will be, but Notre Dame, Michigan, and Oregon, the tough ones. And then obviously other teams. With college football, the portal from year to year, you never know exactly who's going to be good, but I'd say it seems like a manageable Big Ten schedule. Oh, I think he was down there on that fumble. I'm really hoping so, at least. Yikes. If this was a close game, that would be a horrendous time for a fumble. But I think he was down anyways. We'll challenge it. Yeah, he's down. I guess I should, before I challenge that, I should wait and pick a play because the CPU might challenge it. They do a challenge on the fumbles quite a bit. But yeah, that early season, man, at Notre Dame and at Michigan early. That is crazy that Michigan's their first conference game. At the big house. Yeah, like you said, you get a 40-minute version of the highlights, like the cut-up tape. Even with me, like I'll, not for football, I won't do it. I do it for the NBA quite a bit, though. Like I'll watch the games on tape delay. Or like if, and say I'm free during the time, I'll start the game an hour late. And then I just like skip through the commercials and like, you know, timing-wise works out. Maybe you have to watch like, you know, regular speed eventually, but yeah, it's just, that's the biggest problem with American sports is the, all the commercial stoppages. I just don't do it with football because like I have a lot like I have a group chat with some friends that's like always firing stuff off, so I just wouldn't be able to stay as up to date on it. But sometimes I do think about like starting later with those. And again, if my schedule kind of works out that ways anyways, I don't mind. But if I'm not doing anything, I'll usually watch from the beginning. But NBA games, I pretty much always watch on delay. And exactly, not just it's like it just cuts out like the NFL thing you're talking about actually cuts out plays. I don't quite do that. I'll have it where it's like like short cuts between plays in the NFL, right? Where it like cuts out the 15 seconds of dead time. Oh, come on, get a sack. Yes, there we go. Do I watch WWE? I do not. No, the only sports I watch are American football, basketball, and Formula 1. Sometimes like other major sporting events like the World Series for baseball, I watched Game 6, Game 7. For soccer, I'll watch like the World Cup. Golf, I'll watch like Sunday majors or the Ryder Cup. You know, stuff like that. Like I like big sporting events for most sports, but other than that, it's just really basketball, American football, and Formula 1. Still don't watch or understand, Brandon. I love Formula 1. I think for me, a lot of it is I love like the storylines around it. And like I'm kind of up to date on the... It's funny, like I'm a person that in real life hates drama, but sports drama I love. Gosh, dude, I'm killing people again. And dude, Formula 1's got the most drama of any sport I've ever seen. And it's kind of fun too because you only need to commit... Like the races are like an hour and a half in length, hour and a half, 2 hours they max out at. So it's like you don't need to commit that much time a week to it. Like, I've got my Ferrari sweatshirt on for the Ferrari team. That's my favorite team. And then I like watching qualifying most of the time on Saturdays, but that's just like another hour or two. And then some weekends I have sprint races, but for the most part, it's like if you commit like 3 hours a week to it, you can watch everything, right? Because it's not like there's multiple games. It's just one race with everybody. And then it's not like they have a race every weekend either, so. Cult following F1 in Budapest. That's funny. It's not super popular in the U.S. My dad likes it. I don't have any other friends that care about F1, but I know it's big in some parts of Europe. Or at least, no, I don't know if like, it's obviously not in the level of like what we call soccer, but, you know, it's still like a decently popular sport in Europe in some countries. NASCAR, I don't watch NASCAR, no. Formula 1's the only form of racing I watch. My dad's in the IndyCar, so if I'm with him and he's watching a race, I'll watch it, but I only really care about F1. Some big fans. No, yeah, I get what you're saying. Cult following, we use that as like a reference sometimes for sports fans and different things. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The people that like, travel to all the races can't be cheap. I went years ago. They used to be at Indianapolis, and I went to a lot of those with my parents. But I haven't been in, geez, probably since they like 15, 16 years. But I probably went to like 6 or 7 in Indianapolis way back in the early 2000s. Monaco's a weird one because it's like the most prestigious one and like the city looks crazy and stuff, but it's like the worst race to watch because the circuit's just too narrow and how big the modern cars are. I don't know if like the new regulations that's going to change, but the cars are too wide. It's like impossible to pass. So it just makes the race pretty boring. Qualifying's huge, but the one thing I'll say is like one of my favorite things in sports is the opening lap of a Formula 1 race. It's in the first like corner. It's just so hype. Because it has such a big impact. Wow, inaccurate pass on 4th down. They hit him open. It makes such a big impact on the race, getting in the right position, especially depending on the track. And it's just like anything can happen in the first corner. Like the top 2-3 cars can crash. You know, it's just like that first lap of a Formula 1 race is probably like the most hype moment of any sport that I watch. Oh, I mean, I guess I take that back. Like the very end of a football game, like drive at the end is huge too. But as far as the start of any sport, by far the most interesting start. Running the clock here, up by 31. And you go for the handoff. Should probably take us to the 2-minute warning here. And then we go on to the big stretch of games that we've got ahead. Number 2, Nebraska, as long as they didn't lose this week. We'll have a top 4 matchup. Getting kind of late into the season. Larry Henderson, good run. Picks up the first down. Probably shouldn't have too many more plays here as long as there's no injuries. All the Americans complain about a kicker decided a game and saying how kickers... I mean, it's obviously, they don't have to be... I think sometimes where people get mixed up is like, the kicker doesn't have to be athletic, but he's still an athlete. He's a crucial part of a team, right? But I think in their minds, they're like, I want the big, strong guy making the difference. But at the end of the day, it's like the team put themselves in a situation to have it come down to the kicker too, you know? Stay in bounds here, so it runs the clock out. Nice pass to Brents. That is going to be the ball game. 48-17 win over Northwestern. Dominant performance in the second half. And now we get on to Nebraska. It's going to be a big one. It is going to be a big one here. Sparty celebrating. I like it. Moves us to 8-0 for the 3rd straight season. So last year we had undefeated regular season. Lost Big Ten championship. Lost in the semifinal of the playoff. But it is going to be incredibly difficult to be undefeated this year with 3 of these games we got coming up, including against Oregon, who's that team that blew us out in the Big Ten championship last year. This is the stretch of games we've been waiting for in this dynasty. This is what we've been waiting for. All right, Brandon. Appreciate you hanging out. We'll catch you back again later. Thanks for being here. NBA 2K season starts. I'm not planning out at the moment. I'm really having fun grinding the football game. So, ooh, 5-star linebacker. Let's go. I'm not sure. At some point, I'm going to switch to trying out a Madden Dynasty. I thought about doing 10 years of Michigan State, but the more I play this, the more I kind of want to keep going. So we'll see. But I'm probably mostly just focused on college and Madden. 3 versus number 4. This is a sick matchup. 8-0 over 7. Or no, both 8-0. Never mind. Let's say 8 over 7-0, but both 8-0. I'm just updating the stream titles, and then we will hop into it. Whew. I guess we got to look at recruiting first, make sure we got our points right, and then we got our top 4 battle. Man, lost the left tackle. Oh, that strong safety I really wanted to. Shoot, we finished 2nd for him. We needed, I think we needed both safeties for depth reasons. Did I get the other guy? I think I already got the other safety, though. Okay, yeah, we did. So I guess maybe we can look at some guys at 3-star safeties and see if we can scout a bit. See if we can find one that might be a 3-star gem safety that doesn't have any offers yet. If we have recruiting points, we should have them left over, but we do have this guy we have to get on a visit, so we'll see. So we'll get him on a visit against Oregon. And then I've also got to add on the extra 10. Gem. I've already got one good running back this class, the 5-star. This guy's also 90 speed. He's a 4-star gem. So our running backs are super stacked right now, which is great to see, obviously. So we'll add this on. Let's see. Penn State offered here. We're going to back off this. I mean, I'm not even putting points on them, but BYU's pulled ahead. We're going to give up here. Iowa offer couple offers. So we'll leave this right guard here, and then I still have 125 points. So here we're going to see if there's any 3-stars that have no offers at strong safety and free safety. And if they do, if we have some, we'll probably do some scouting. I need to get at least one. Oh, no, I'm already... Did I only need one? Look at the needs. I can't remember if that accounts for you guys who have committed. It actually must because they've updated. Okay, so I need one, and I've got... do I have a guy on the board? I'm kind of confused. Maybe I actually don't need a safety. And to be fair, we can get 3-stars in the offseason if needed. So yeah, let's just do this. Again, I don't want to over-recruit unless it's 4-stars. So I have the points. I guess we can go after this guy. But then this would be the last guy that we add to going after. So we won't use the last 70 points right now. So looking pretty solid. But here we go, Nebraska. Number 3 Nebraska at number 4 Michigan State. And if you look at our team schedule, you can see that rest of that schedule does not get any easier. So we've got number 10 Michigan on the road next week, our rival, and then we've got number 8 Oregon later. Those teams both have one loss. But obviously still really good teams. Let's do this. Second big match of the year, so it was, Nebraska, 94 overall. BYU was an 89. They were the toughest team we played. They were number 6 at the time, so 94 Nebraska at home. Oh, this is a big one. This is a big one. Let's do this, Spartans. Come on. Sparty ready to go. Got the MSU fans there. Coming out in the green unis, the home unis. Man, what a matchup. Number 3 versus number 4, both 8-0. Both 8-0 and 5-0 in conference. This is such a big game. Especially because we have those 2 really difficult games after this too. So it's like, we could rattle off 3 losses here at the end of the year, which would be bad. Based on our ranking, as long as I go 10-2 in the regular season, we'll probably in the playoff if I had to guess. We went 10-2 2 years ago and didn't make the playoff, but I Again, I didn't get even ranked until I was 5-0, so that preseason ranking plays a factor. But I would like to just win all my games, make it no discussion, and hopefully get a first-round bye in that case, too, we would. So we got 3 out of 4 tough, and then obviously we are still in the running for the Big Ten Championship, which would be a tough matchup, too, whoever that would be if we get there. But first, we got to focus on this one, the 94 overall Huskers. Gregory Johnson up the middle. First play of the game is going to get 9. And we'll pound the rock again on 2nd and inches. Cut back. Good run. Oh, yeah, the other thing I want to see if he's, like, tired to start the game. Like, if he's having, if he's worn out from... No, he's not starting tired. Okay, good. I was just curious with starting the game. Go for a halfback dive here, 1st and 10. Over to the right side. Not too much on the ground there. We pick up 3. So first 3 carry there. We're going to go for a read option on 2nd and 7. Dang, our guard got owned there. 3rd and 8, loss of a yard. And this one we have our star receiver, Jeremy Thomas, going in motion. He needs to be wide open after that. Perfect. We'll juke and get the first down and more. Down into Nebraska territory. And not Brent's, the other tight end, Sessions. Breaks open. Nice play. Next up, 1st and 10 in the red zone. Hit Gregory Johnson in the flat. Stay in bounds. Gets forward for a pickup of 8. Nebraska's one of the players getting hurt. 2nd and 2 from the 8-yard line. Moving the ball good early here. Oh, boy. Not on that run play, though, unfortunately. Only get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. It's a tricky one. What do I want to do? I'm going to go for the RPO. I run very few RPOs, but we'll do it here. Based on the alignment, I'm probably just going to hand this off. Yeah. Oh, defense line all over it. We're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt. No, they're going to have me go for it. Oh, my gosh. All right, big 4th down. 4th and 2 from the 9. Oh, geez. Brent's... Oh, I thought that linebacker was going to hit him. Maybe threw that a little early, but Brent's, the freshman. First drive touchdown. Great way to start this top 4 matchup. And then we'll tack on the extra point as well. Kick it off to the left corner this time. Nice, all over that. All over it. Malachi Kenoy, sorry, Heisman Trophy finalist, it looks like, or in the running, won't be a finalist yet. So we got a tough quarterback to go up against is what I'm hearing. No surprise, his impact. He's got 3 impact wide receivers, too. And then other than that, they got 1 offensive lineman. So based on looking at that, I'm going to imagine mostly a good passing team. I probably struggle against the pass more than the run, so it's not super ideal for us. Oh, they do have an impact running back. Jeez, their backup's the impact. The starter wasn't an impact. Never mind. Quick out route, or screen there. Stop them. 3rd and 6. But if we could make them go 3 and out after we just got that first possession score, that would be a great way to start this game. Oh, crap. I'm not going to get to the linebacker in time. I want to say I overran it. Shoot, I'm stuck on the D-line. Make contact, and because of the pressure we get, he overthrows the wide-open receiver. Especially since he's impact, not bad weather. If I'm not in the quarterback's face there, I'd have to imagine that's an easy completion with a lot of room to go there. So, get the 3 and out that we were hoping for. And we're pretty close to midfield as well for our second drive here. So, in a tough matchup like this, we've got to take advantage of the start and try to go up 2 scores. So, we're going to hand off to the left side here. Oh, man, I should have cut it upfield. David, stop trying to bounce the stretch play. I say this all the time, and I still do it anyways. So unfortunately, I lose 4 there. We're going to try to run up the middle this time and get some of this back. And not much to go there. 3rd and 12. All right. What do I want to do? All right. So potentially that post route to Thomas. If not, I'm probably just going to chuck it to Brent's. One of those ones, like if it's a pick, it's kind of like a punt. Yeah, I think we're just going to chuck this to him. Oh, shoot. They're all... That play does that stupid animation. I forgot where he pump fakes. Forgot about that. So we're going to go 3 and out ourselves. We'll have to punt it back to Nebraska. Unfortunately, don't take advantage of our defense getting the 3 and out early. We're still up 7-0, which is good, but it would have been really nice to get a 2-score lead there in a big matchup like this. It's the receiver across the middle, make the tackle. So we go 5 wide. Oh shit, I switched on player. All right. I was trying to adjust the D line and it switched me to a corner. Tackle him short of the first here, 2nd and 1. Oh, running back cuts the right there. Thought we had with the D tackle. Good pick up there on the ground. Play action. Pick. Oh, I thought the corner was going to come up. Wow, we don't get the pick, and then also they actually get a catch down the field. Nice defensive line getting the pressure there for a sack. 2nd and 16 now. Dropping Udo here in the coverage. I think this is play action. No, it's a run. Okay. Not much on the game there. They only pick up 2. 3rd and 14. Got to hold them to 3 here. These are Cleveland in the middle field, and they're going to run it. Nice. We're all over it. 49-yard field goal attempt they're going to have to settle for. So they actually end up losing yards on that play. Probably will make this. Yeah, right down the middle. All right. Nebraska's on the board. 7-3. Both teams have had the ball twice. Number 3 versus number 4. Big matchup here in East Lansing. We've had 2 overtime wins this year, too. So there's definitely it's not like, even though we're undefeated, it's not like one of these things we're just going to win every game. For sure, anything like that. So I had overtime winning against number 6 BYU and then against unranked Washington. They were an 86 overall, so they were a decent unranked team, but still, we blew a 14-point lead in the 4th in that one. Not too much of that first down. We're trying to run the ball to counter here to the right on 2nd and 8. No blocking. Man, 3rd and long again. 10 carries, 23 yards. We're getting absolutely nothing going on the ground right now. It's a bit of a risky throw. Dang it. All right, another 3 and out. So we get a touchdown our first drive, then we go back-to-back 3 and outs here, unfortunately, after that. To the outside. If you guys are ever looking for Dynasty history, that'll be the pinned message in all the streams. So this is year 8. Last year was my first year making it to the playoff. And we lost the CFP semifinal. And this year you can see we're doing pretty well as well. Year 1 I went 4-8. Year 2 was like 9-4, and after that 5-7. So we definitely struggled a bit at the beginning. But now we've started to build our roster a bit out, which has been fun. Get there. Oh, my gosh, that quarterback. Look how fast he is. Holy crap. His speed's easily got to be in the 90s. So he makes a huge run there. Nebraska driving. Nebraska. I almost said Nebraska. That's what I meant to say. Bringing the blitz here. Goes in motion. Ooh, I thought he was going to get to the outside there, but good play from the D-line. Bring another blitz, 2nd and 10. Play action. Oh my gosh, I didn't make the tackle. Oh my gosh, how do we not make that tackle on the quarterback? I hit him as soon as he got out of the pump or the play action. Oh, that's a huge miss sack. Probably cost about 6 or 7 yards. So it's 3rd and 10. And wrap up. All right, force another field goal attempt here. So Nebraska's moving the ball, but we are holding them in the red zone. And that's going to be close, but he's going to sneak it in on the left side. So that is going to be 7-6 lead. Good at top 4 battle here early. Defenses giving up some yards, but doing their jobs. I mean, to be fair, I guess I went 3 and out the last 2 drives, but we did drive straight down the field the other time. Haven't gotten the run game going too much. We'll try here with Glenn Stumpf out of the shotgun. Man, their defensive front is just all over us. And I don't love these play choices. Let's see. And get that away. Man, 3rd and 11. We are struggling on offense. Oh, that safety's there. Shoot. Oh, Casper makes the catch in traffic. 3 straight 3 and outs, man. This defense is very good. Very good defense. I'm probably going to need to, if anything, the ground game is doing really bad, so it's probably going to have to be mostly through the air, but even there, I'm kind of struggling through the air. 7-6, we punch to Nebraska. Hope our defense can keep up with their stout performance so far. Nice, all over with the handoff, 3-yard loss. Good to see that. No, no, no. Waving the finger. Not today. Not today. Make the tackle. Nice. 3rd and 15. Come on, defense. Get off the field. Get off the field. Dropping a lot of guys back. They go for the handoff. Nothing there. Defensive performance here in this top 4 matchup first. The D is looking good. Their quarterback scares me, though. Dude, that was so fast. That one scramble play he had last possession. Dude, looked incredibly quick. Deep kick to Brock. Catch it. Oh, I kind of ran my blocker there. So not too much. And I'm going to try to get the ground game. I know I just said probably got to do this through the air, but I've got to at least have some, establish the run game some here. So 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Not too much there. Pick up a yard. To the air here. 2nd and 9. Dang, Blitz gets there. Can't quite get it off in time. If I don't see a open route, we might just chuck an option deep ball, but they're way heavy weighted towards that side. Go to Brent's here across the middle. Oh, Nebraska's all over. He actually cuts in front of me for a pick. Oh my God, dude, their defense is insane. Just all over everything. I guess that's why they're number 3 in the country. A little out route to the tight ends. Gain of 9. just left that hole wide open. Oh, tackle him! Wow, breaks like 4 tackles in the end zone. All right, Nebraska. Twitch issue. Interesting. Just a second, guys. I got to see if something's going on with the Twitch stream. I didn't get a notification that it went down, but it looks like it's not going.